What did I miss, my
And we're gonna let the community know we're live right now in the Discord as well. Come hang out. It's gonna be fun, honestly. Yeah, if you wanted to change the song too, you can just submit another one. That's fine.
Plenty in my point of view tonight. Whoever catch me squinting.
All right, we are live right now, Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out with us. If you super skip the line, there is also a super skip queue that is built. So it looks like you will be the 4th or the 5th song right now. But the top 5 is all super skips. People have caught on to the fact that the super skip gets pushed higher in the queue. We're almost at a point where we need a super skip. All right, if you're in the chat, you want to submit your music as always, make sure you hit ! submit. If you want to skip the queue, ! skip is going to be the way to do that as well. If you're with us on YouTube, like I said, I'm going to be checking the chat there a little bit less frequently. But make sure you submit your music anyway if you hit the same commands, ! submit and ! skip, that is going to bring up the submission form and the skip the queue instructions, which is what you're looking for if you're trying to figure out how to get your music into the stream. That's what you need to look for, all right? Is the super skip and the submit instructions. Lil Kia, what's going on? Welcome to the chat for the first time. It's nice to have you in here. We are listening to the songs we found on live stream playlist right now, which you can find in my link tree. We'll get started here very shortly, but if you are in the chat, make sure you submit your music, regardless of whether you do a paid skip or not. Like I said, we'll do free skips throughout the stream. We are going to be starting with 5 paid skips before we do our first free skip. And we'll do that every 5. So make sure you submit your music anyway. We'll be bumping people up at random using our spinning wheel, which I'll show you guys very, very shortly. But happy Tuesday. If you're in the chat, let us know what you've been working on. Let us know what you've been doing. How was your weekend? Hello, I'm back. Sorry I didn't stream last night, guys. I was speaking to kids from the college that I went to. In their study, they have like a New York study program, so I was doing a little panel talk last night, which was a lot of fun. And then this Thursday, I'm taking my wife to a show, so I'm also not going to be streaming on Thursday, but I will be streaming on Friday to do a makeup stream, and then obviously we are live tonight on Tuesday as well to make sure that we still get a couple streams in this week for you guys and listen to your music. We've got a nice little queue that's already built. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 paid skips right now. Exactly. Isaac, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Gotta take care. Gotta take care of wifey. Now we're going to see Bright Eyes, who is one of her favorite artists of all time this week. I'm not the biggest Bright Eyes fan, I'll say it. She's gotten me into some songs, but she loves Bright Eyes. So we're gonna go to that show on Thursday and be real sad together in the crowd. Not Known Forever, what's going on? Artem Life Music, we are live on Twitch and YouTube right now, and you are at the top of the queue, so I would definitely come over here and hang out with us on Twitch and YouTube if you are not in the chat already. If you guys are with us in the chat and you want to submit some music, just make sure you hit ! submit at any point, and then ! skip if you want to figure out how to skip the queue. K-Fitz, I'm also excited to listen to some new music today. Hey Gabe, what's going on? Welcome back to the chat. Like I said, everything runs through Nero, guys. So if you're going to submit your music, just make sure you're submitting it in Nero. That is where we will be pulling all the songs from today. If you don't follow us on the Kayvan's House page, make sure you go do that too. We got lots of cool stuff coming down the line for you guys. First and foremost, this Thursday, we are doing something in the Discord for free for you guys. So if you are interested at all you have to do is be in the Discord, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time this Thursday. We're going to be doing a live Q&A with Sam Moreland, and Sam is the Director of Digital Marketing at APG right now. He comes from an artist and producer management background, is well-versed in content strategy and artist discovery. He's also helped sign artists like 100 Graham on APG Publishing, and has started a new department at APG, Publishing Marketing as well. Currently works across artists like Kevin Gates, Flawed Mangoes, Auditori, Baby Kia, Lay Banks, MAF, T-Ski, and more. So look, this is a great opportunity for you to ask somebody who's working actively in the music industry any questions that you do have about digital marketing, about A&R, about publishing. This is somebody who works on all of those things. So all you got to do to join is be in the Discord. So if you do want to join, just make sure you hit this link in the chat. Come join us. There is an event which you can mark as interested, so it'll pop up for you when we go live as well. But we'll be bringing people up one by one to ask questions. So you will be able to ask your questions directly to Sam. And it could be a great way for you to just connect with him and meet him and talk to him a little bit more, okay? So come hang out with us for that. That is one of the first things that we're doing, is kind of a more consistent schedule of live Q&As in the Discord. If you have songs that you want to submit for another playlist and content series, look, boom, songs from the comments. This is tagged or pinned to the top of our page right now on Instagram, and you can just submit your songs in the comments. I'm going to go through and listen to all of these. Right now, there's not a ton of submissions, so this is a really, really good opportunity for you to get bumped up into that, and also maybe make it into the content. It's a little bit of a slower week on submission side, so make sure you go follow us on KayvanMD on Instagram for that as well. We'll have another one of these questions that we ask our favorite new artists. What's one piece of advice you'd give to another rising artist? We'll have another one of these coming up in the near future, but if you haven't checked these out, definitely head to our Instagram and check out some of the ones that we've done already. I just dropped a new video today about the songs we found on Twitch in the last week and on YouTube in the last week, so you can also submit your music for that by submitting music here. I will be playlisting songs that we find in the chat. If you are in here and you are submitting for that, make sure it's a Spotify link so I can go to it. We've got our new music Who This playlist, which updates every single Friday. You can submit in the release calendar, which is free. All this is free. It's so free. It couldn't be more free to submit your music. I gotta be honest with you. We've got our At Home With interview series. We just dropped a new one with 80 Pup this week. He did an amazing job. We'll have more of those coming down the line in the coming weeks as well. And then we have our community playlist, which is coming up soon. We have In the Office with, we're bringing back the guest list, which is our guest curated playlist as well. So look, trying to give you guys free opportunities here, left and right, as many as I can. Until death, we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Come hang out. If you are in the chat, though, Young Chino, we don't do things that way anymore. I do appreciate it. If you tell me what your artist name is in the submission form when you submit in Nero, I'll still give you the free skip. But just for everybody who is coming back and joining us after not being here for a while, we don't do subscribe on Twitch to skip the queue anymore because it got really expensive. Yes. Until death. Yes. So we brought the price down. So that's why we use Nero now. I was able to set my own price, $5 paid skip, $10 super skip. That's way cheaper. Both of those are cheaper than subscribing on Twitch, which is why I'm always telling you guys, do it on Nero. I'm trying to save you money. I'm trying to make this more cost effective. Look, we're for the people here, all right? I'm not trying to take bread from you. Everybody just wanted a paid skip queue, so we gave them a paid skip queue, and we made it cheaper so that we could do more, all right? Young Chino, I'll put you into the skip queue. Thank you. I appreciate it anyway. Yeah, if you're here, look, we're going to get into some music. I'm going to explain who I am, what I do, why we do this in the first place. I got a hilarious comment on my YouTube channel that just says no one's trying to get on my radar, which is fine. Maybe they're not. But this is what I do in my day job. I'm the director of music distribution at Genius Distro. Boom, right here. This is Genius, the media company's distribution arm, so I run this right now. And then I also run the World Star Distro team as well. So I work across World Star Hip Hop and across Genius. And, you know, this is what I do. I sign artists. I also pitch music to DSPs, to curators. I do rollout plans. I manage like 4 artists. I've been an artist myself. I produce music. I'm a classically trained violinist. I do content strategy. I've done a little bit of everything, which is why I'm always like, if you guys have questions about the music industry, I've been doing this for like 10, 11 years now. So I've learned a lot. I've learned about how to move through this shit and have just figured out what some of the red flags to look for are. So if you have questions about anything, feel free to ask the questions in the chat. Yeah, Winter's solid as fuck. We got an album dropping this year. We got Masho right now, who's mid-cycle. Maybe I'll show you guys the music video that we just put out for him that we didn't do yet. Oh, we got a cellist in the chat. Shout out to all my string players. Kendall, welcome back. 24-hour violin stream. I don't think I could play 24 hours of violin because I don't think that my back could handle it, if I'm being honest. We did the Angelo Moda EP last year. We got Ashoka. We got Sabrina, who we just dropped an EP with last year. We got Anton Now, who's in cycle. We're in the process of dropping a new EP with him. We got Schloob out of Louisville, Kentucky. That is also someone. Yeah, you are, for sure. Why not? Look. If you're going to hit me up on LinkedIn, though, just make sure it's like about something that I can actually help you with. Please don't pitch me music on LinkedIn. People do that sometimes, and it never makes sense to me. We've got CCBK out of Chicago as well. We did the Overcast Reset EP. We did My Name Isn't J-Mac's first album. Lord of Sounds and Lesser Things, sorry. We had Bray, City James, Vivid. Like, we worked with a bunch of different artists. I've signed about 6 or 7 of them from this stream. So just know that I do use this as a talent incubator. It is a way for me to find artists and decide who I want to work with and just kind of keep an eye on things. One thing I will say is there's obviously things I look for. And really the goal of this stream is to kind of like open up the process a little bit of what I look for in music, what I look for in artists, what things catch my attention in a good way, but also in a bad way. And then really just trying to help artists figure out how they can improve and develop over time. So if you have questions about that as well, feel free to ask. But what we do is music feedback. So if you're submitting music, we're going to pull up songs, we're going to listen to them, I'm going to tell you what I think. If I fuck with the songs, I'm going to playlist them. If there's things that I think could improve or could be better, we're going to talk about those things. There's really just one rule in here, and that's to be respectful to each other. I'm going to hold you guys to the same standard. So if you're in the chat letting us know what you think of the songs, which we do want, please just say it in a respectful, constructive way. It is easy to be respectful. I'm gonna be real. Like, sometimes it's hard to like figure out what it is about a song that could improve or what it is that you hear, but if you focus on those constructive aspects, it becomes very easy to just approach things from an objective way, to be like, hey, like, this is what I think. This is how maybe those things could improve. These are some things you should think about and some things you should focus on. What we don't do is get in the chat and be like, yo, this shit's ass. This is garbage. I hate this. You should quit. We don't do that shit in here, all right? Everyone is at a different part of their careers, at a different stage, with a different level of knowledge. You cannot assume that people just know everything. And that is the point. Everyone starts somewhere, just like I did. So if you have music that you want to send it in. We will be respectful. We will be kind. But we will tell you if there are things that we think could be better, okay? And we will focus on what those things are and helping you figure out how to get them better as well. If you don't like how it would sound if someone said it to you, don't say it. Yeah, literally. Literally. That's it. It's some basic shit. Don't be a dickhead, and no one's gonna be a dickhead to you, and that's really what it is, right? So, submit your music. Go follow us on Kayvan's house. We're gonna get into it so you guys can see how this works. Like I said, we'll be using the spinning wheel every 5 paid skips. We will be bumping somebody up at random. No, your names aren't in there yet. So before you all hop in the chat and be like, my name's not in there, but I submitted, it's because I haven't updated it yet. All right, so when we get to the 5th song, I'll do that. We'll also be adding songs to the songs we found on live stream Twitch, or songs we find on live stream playlist, which you can find in my link tree. So if you want to go stream it, you want to go listen, go do that. It's just filled with stuff from this year right now. We have archive playlists as well. But right now, with compiling the year, so that at the end of the year, I can make my best of playlist again, like I do every single year, okay? I love that you have this, like, fucking emote. It's one of my favorite gifts of all time. This is Italy, by the way. She's one of our community members from the UK. Something Good. Beautiful song. Great project. Go listen to it. All right, let's get into it. If you guys are in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. I love knowing where you guys are at in the world, and I do think we are kind of all over the place these days, which is really exciting. Faith and Vision, Artem Life Music up first. My new song I just released featuring Hollow Prophet. It's a prelude to a song on my album, Free Verse, so do not expect a hook. We do reference this meme at least once a stream. I talk about it all the time. I love it. We got Houston in the chat. Let us know what you think, guys. A little bit of a quiet master off rip.
Yeah, let's go. Hey yo, where you at, Hollow? Hey yo, never really left. Reppin' for my city, 218s on my neck. Stressing for the pay till the day that I'll be next. Then I keep on pushing past with the passion, I'm obsessed.
So I actually do like the delivery. I like the writing already. Devious likes this, which doesn't really surprise me, because this is definitely... Devious loves this type of music as well. I will say 2 minutes 30 for an interlude. Free Verse is maybe a bit long. I would probably, like, for me, all right, first things first. Biggest thing here is the master. It's a little quiet, so it's not really hitting the way that it should, right? That's the first thing that I hear. I'm not mad at the lyrics. I think the delivery and the tone are pretty good. The one thing that I would say is without a hook, 2 minutes and 40 seconds does feel a little bit long. So you would need to be really, really engaging throughout, right? There is some timing things. Oh, I guess there's two people on it, right? This is Hollow Prophet. So maybe 2 minutes 30 isn't bad. Is this, who is this on this verse? Is it you or is it Hollow Prophet? Because I actually think that this verse is probably the one that needs the most work to me. And granted, I don't know anything about Hollow Prophet, but there is a lot of plosive noise in his vocal. Also, delivery-wise, timing-wise, this is a little bit more choppy than that first verse. I feel like that first verse was a little bit more digestible. The second verse feels a little bit messier. It's You, Hollow is first. Okay, so I feel like Hollow was like pretty smooth, pretty solid. I think in that second verse, the thing that I hear is kind of delivery-wise, tonally, there's still some work to be done, and I think timing-wise is probably the biggest thing that I would point to on that second verse. It just felt a little bit less like fluid throughout, you know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that I would definitely encourage you to work on, is just really finding that fluidity in your delivery, both rhythmically and I think also just tonally as well. Like, there's still some things to definitely work on just to make sure it feels a little bit more like cohesive and like just kind of like more polished. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what we're lacking. The delivery part, I think, is probably maybe the bigger thing in the second verse. The overall master, I think, is probably the biggest thing that I hear from the jump, is just that it's a very quiet song. Ryan Cole says, I definitely think if there was a couple reapproach vocal takes in the studio, there could be a better vocal comp. I would agree with that, too. Don't be afraid to punch in. Someone said something about one take in the song, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but don't feel the pressure of having to one take your way through a vocal. You don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, feel free to punch in. Everyone's doing it now. It's just literally like technology is giving you the ability to do it. So just do it. It'll make your life easier. R10_life music on Instagram. Definitely keep going. I liked the, like if we're talking about the curation aspect of it though, when we're talking about the two artists together, I do feel like Hollow was a really, really good feature for you to get. It makes a lot of sense. It's positioned in the space that I think you want to be in. But I would say, like, for me, delivery on the second verse is probably the big thing. Rhythmically, just make sure you're on time. From like a tonal standpoint, there's definitely aspects of the vocal that I feel like you could probably dial in a little bit better. And then the master overall on the entire thing was very quiet. But keep going, keep putting stuff out, keep making music. It's one of those things, like, music is just one of those things, the more you do it, the easier it gets, the more you learn little tricks, tips, just to get to that place. But you're on the way, so keep going, all right? We got Kendall Page up next. She says, I'm unsure about this track. This is the first mix, so I'm looking for mix notes, but also feeling like I need opinion on the production. I appreciate honesty, so give it. This one's called Winter. Let us know what you think in the chat. A much more robust master off rip. I gotta turn my faders down a little bit. Ooh. Kendall, if you're in the chat, what is it about the production that you're not sure about? Kendall Page on Instagram. Omilux says immediately a vibe. A-Gabe says, ooh. Young Chino has hit us with Kendrick in gift form. Kelsey Alice is so vibey. Lokia says, okay, wave. I like this. The only thing I would say is maybe that string section, that like synthy string that's kind of airy and in that higher register, is maybe a touch loud when you get to the chorus. I feel like you could cut that down a little bit and maybe be less overpowering. That's maybe the thing that I hear right now, is like that part is slightly overpowering at times. And I would maybe just cut the vocal up, especially the vocal arrangements a lot. This part is crazy. You hit those notes. Great job. Ryan says, everything sounds great. If I were picky, dynamics in the drums would be a huge bump. Specifically, a little more sub in the kick. I think vocals can peak out above the strings a bit more. A tad more air in the vocals would be great. Yeah, that run was great. To me, this string section's the only thing that catches my ear as feeling a little out of place. And it's more just the volume of it than I think it not fitting in the production. Uncle Book says, love this. BXC Preddy says, Def Vibe. Welcome in, Preddy. Yeah, all those background vocals are really nice. I want more from the background vocals, I think. I think Ryan's take is a really good take. Mix-wise, to me, what stands out is the vocals could be louder, include like the whole vocal stack, all of it, including the runs, BGVs, all of that. Drums are a little loud. I wouldn't be mad at dynamics in the drums. A little bit more sub in the kick would be good too. The strings is to me the one part that I would probably turn down maybe a little bit more than anything else, and that's just really because at times it just clashes with the vocal. It overpowers it a little bit, I think, in the chorus, and the vocals are really, really nice. So to me, that's really the only thing that truly stands out from a mix standpoint is really those strings, right? Like, and I think that's maybe partially because they don't feel like organic strings either. I don't think that was like a violinist or a string player playing them. You could try and replace with that if you wanted to and you had the ability to. But I think if you want to do that, the only thing I would say is maybe cut them down a little bit so it's less noticeable. That's it. But yeah, I agree with Ryan also. Beyond that, you made an amazing song, and vocally, you fucking smashed that shit out of the park. So great job. Kendall Page, Ken Dyle Page on Instagram. No. Honestly, a very good song. I kind of have come to expect this from you, though, in all honesty, because it's just like everything that we've heard. Oh my God. So Chris wants me to sing you a song right now. I haven't done this on stream in forever. Chris, what do you want me to sing you, bro? I'll do it. Hold on. I'm going to do something quick, though. I don't want to do a whole song. I'm not doing a whole song. Let's see what we've got. It's got to be something I know. So, like, you know, it's like, I'll just pick something and tell you. Oh, hotel room service, Pitbull? Fuck, what do I even know, bro? I don't even listen to music like that. That's a lie. That's such a lie. I listen to music all the time. What do I know well enough to sing you guys, bruh? None of this, in all honesty. I don't even know that I know Mutt well enough to sing it. Shit. No one's done this for a while, man. TV off, does that count?
With Fargo, your virtual assistant from
Am I getting
Wells Fargo,
DMCA
you
for
can
this?
access your
Akon,
FICO
smack
score
that.
at a
Bro, you want to hear me sing you
snap.
smack that? No one's done this in forever. All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Fuck being rational. Give them what they asking for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few bitches really step, but it's not enough. Say you're bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on their ass, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I'll make them mad, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I'll take the G pass shit and do it. We survived outside, all from the music. What? They like, what are you on? It's the Alpha and Omega, bitch, welcome home. This is not a song, this is a revelation how to get it gone. I can't, this is too hard. I'm already out of breath. It's too hard. Don't make me do this for you right now. Somebody made me sing them a song. You can make me sing you a song. People don't do this that often, so I don't do it that often, but every now and then somebody will do it. Hold on, I gotta pick something I actually fucking know. Let's try and find a song. Oh my God, guys. Why did I put this as... I gotta take this off, I think. I'm just gonna remove this from now on. Wait. I know what song. Luther Vandross. Okay, go on. This is actually easy. This one I know. You want me to sing Daddy's Home, bro? No way. I'm jealous of you going to Kendrick. You didn't miss too much right now. We're getting into paid skips. So if you guys want to submit. Somebody's making them sing. Someone made me sing them a song. So I'm gonna do it. You're gonna get like one verse of this song, and then we're gonna get back into music because we've got hella paid skips, and I don't want to take up like 20 minutes singing you guys songs. This was a different time when I added this in. I can't tell myself I don't want nobody else to ever love me. You are my shining star, my guiding light, my love fantasy. There's not a minute, hour, day or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in, oh my love. 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love. A million days in your arms is never too much. That's it. That's all you get. It's too much to do the whole. It's too much to do the whole song. That's it. That's all you get. Brady, big talk up next. I told you guys I was an artist once. I just don't do it anymore. Right? No muscles, Isaac. I'm not taking off shirts. Big talk. Pretty up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Now, no one else can do that for the rest of the stream. We're gonna take that shit off. It's gone after this stream. 1,000 fucking channel points. I thought I made it unaffordable. Let us know what you think in the chat. Big talk. Pretty up next. That's got me sweating in here. All right. Biggest thing for me on this, immediately. Master is a little quiet. This shit needs to be bumping. And thank you all for gassing me up in the chat. You don't have to do that, I swear. I say no one can do it again, but you guys can definitely. I love singing, so you guys can definitely do it again. This is not what we're here for. Alright, BXC_Pretty on Instagram if you like this. There is actually a lot of things that I do like about this one. Brian Cole, thank you, I appreciate that. There's a lot of things I do like about this one. Alright, delivery style is cool for me. There's like something a little monotone about it that at times I wish was a bit more dynamic, but at the same time, there is something about the vocal that does kind of catch me personally, at least. So while I do kind of wish at times it was a little bit more dynamic, I think overall I'm not really that upset about it. I do just wish it was louder, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. I'm going to save this one in the playlist because I want to come back and listen to it again. I'm going to follow you because I want to keep up and hear more of what you're working on. I love the album artwork. I think the album artwork is really nice and stand out. But, oh, there's a beat switch here. 2 minutes in, too. Right, I'm glad you had fun, bro. I also just love Luther Vandross, so there's like certain songs, you made me sing them. I'm gonna know them like the back of my hand. Similar feedback on this section as well. It's just a little quiet. The vocals feel a little washed out, I think, among the reverb and delay, which is something I say a lot about people who put a lot of reverb and delay on their vocals. I mean, I would listen to this. Like, I'll say that as well. Like, this is something I would listen to. I used to be in my dreams and fighting fossil tail. Had a dream I had a mansion, but was nothing to it. I kind of wish there was more vocal layers happening. Like, I feel like that's something that we're maybe lacking in this one throughout. More vocal layers, maybe a couple more like ad-lib stuff like that. Oh shit, we got a fucking Paris Bryant song up next. Again, BXC_Pretty on Instagram. If you rocked with that one, make sure you go follow. That song was called Big Talk. You can find it in our songs we found on live stream playlist as well. I liked it overall. Like I said, just to recap, Master could be a little bit louder, maybe a little bit more dynamic in the vocal delivery, especially with like ad-libs, vocal layers, things like that. And I think that would just kind of like tie it all together a little bit more. But overall, something I would listen to. I like the overall like vibe of it. I just think it's just these little details that will help it kind of stand out even more. Tweak on the Beat, Parking Lot, featuring Paris Bryant. This one is not out yet. Let us know what you think in the chat. And we'll have our first free skip of the evening after we get through this song as well. So make sure you guys submit your music if you have not already, okay? Let me just make sure. Oh, no, sorry. We'll have one more song, and then we'll do a free skip. One more song after this, and then we'll do a free skip. I mean, you just heard me singing Luther Vandross, so you already know that I fuck with this. Off rip. I don't need to say anything other than I love this kind of vibe in songs in general. If it's funk, if it's disco, if it's got a little R&B soul in it, it's gonna catch me, all right? What's up, Lou? Tweak on the Beat produced this one out of Columbus, Ohio. Who's the artist on this song? Paris Bryant, you said, right? Production is 10 out of 10. I don't really have any feedback on the production. Paris Bryant is the artist on the vocal. If I have any feedback, it's on the vocal. I wish he was less like, because it feels like it's in the upper range of his vocal. I like when he gets into this a little bit more. It's a little bit more laid back. It's a little bit less forced. When he gets into that higher register, it feels like he's pushing his vocal a little bit more, which is fine. I like it when he's sitting back into his natural range a little bit more, though. There's something that's more inviting about it. There's something more chill about it, you know? And maybe even just breaking up that, like, melody where he's sitting at the top of his range a bit more. Overall, it's really good. I'm being super picky, just for what it's worth, too. Let us know what you think in the chat. Tweak on the beat on Instagram if you are looking for a producer to reach out to and work with. Make sure you hit up Tweak out of Columbus, Ohio. This is super fire, says Lou Salem. Shout out Columbus, says Uncle Book. Did you play the instruments on this? That's what I'm curious about. Did you play the guitars, the bass line, all that? Bass line is top tier. Drum loop is really nice too. Lokia says Def love this one. I really love the production on this. I think the production on this is exceptional. Ryan Cole says a fun new disco vibe. Can't be mad at it. You really can't. Like, I don't know. Disco is kind of back right now, I think. That's one thing that I'll say is, like, I feel like just cyclically disco funk has kind of come back into the mix a little bit more. And we hear it a lot, which is cool. It's not always done well. You know what I mean? The punchiness of the kick and the snare was really, really nice. The bass line felt really good. The guitar tone was perfect, as well as like the rhythm of the guitar as well. Really, really fits that genre. The only thing that I do have feedback on is really more Paris's vocal and really just pushing it into the heights of his range, maybe a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, I think part of me thinks that if he sat back into that natural range, kind of got into the deeper aspect of his voice, it might feel a little bit smoother, and it's such a smooth vibe on the production that I kind of almost wish that the vocal felt as smooth as it. So at times, I feel like maybe that's the only thing that I would say. Thank you for checking my posture, because I need to do that with my old back. So yeah, that's it. That's all I would say. Like, overall, though, from a production standpoint, it's absolutely perfect. From a vocal standpoint, there's maybe certain things that I would encourage the artist to do. But even without it, it's a song I would playlist. It's a song I would listen to. So make sure you put that in my release calendar. Let me know when it is coming out, if it does come out, because I would love to support that. All right. Moving on. Hedge 41-2 had a great consultation with these guys not too long ago. Had a great conversation with them. And I just fuck with the way they move. Bruh, can you send me that, Ryan? I'm looking for a new one right now because I need a new chair. I fucked my back up in this chair like a couple weeks ago. Immediately liked this offer at 41_2 on Instagram. These guys have such a great sound. Anyone who puts Budapest into a song and says it correctly, I'm in. Go for broke. What's your artist name, bro? I'll make sure we put you in the skip queue, all right? Go for broke. All right, bro. I'm gonna go find you, okay? It's gonna be a while till we get to you, though. I'm gonna be real. It's not go for broke, because it's not in there. Can you submit in there, bro? This is such a nice little pocket that he's in on the second verse right now. You just a pawn, Carol Khan. I fled this scene, praise the Son of God. I have no vibes with this. I have no problems with this vibe or the story. Found a really, really interesting pocket vocally. It's two guys on this. One rapper on the first. Did we not? Am I lying? Who the fuck did I do a consultation with? I thought it was you guys. Maybe we didn't. Sorry, I talk to so many people, sometimes I forget. Yeah, you guys can hit me if you want one. I do one-on-one consultations. Sorry, they do cost money, but you can't hit me. I could have sworn it was you guys. Now, but when I opened the Instagram too, I was like, was it these guys? I'm sorry, it wasn't you. I did. I've done 2 consultations recently. Both of them were with duos, and I think that's why I had me fucked up. I'm dead, bro. That's hilarious. Yo, go follow these guys, though. 41_2. I think I have playlisted like every single song they've sent in so far. Let me know when that drops. I really, really liked that a lot. It's called Hedge. It's not out yet. Let's do our first free skip of the evening. It was hard, man. Great job. Like, you guys have just really found like such a great. Is this right? I feel like I've got like more people that have submitted. Yeah, bro. Who is Go for Broke? I do not see a submission in here, bro. So if you use the Google form, we do not use the Google form anymore. So please, please, please. Don't hold him right. Who's it gonna be? One Me Williams. Which, I have to be honest, the first time I saw this, I immediately thought of Wendy Williams. I know that's probably not what you want to hear. But it's the first time I saw this artist name pop up because they had submitted something else. That was the first thing that I heard. Was that an 8-bit version of Green Day's Warning? I'm not sure. Free Wendy. Oh my God. Free Wendy, Venus. Free Wendy, for sure. Yo, I look at whenever the Wendy Williams compilation videos come on TikTok, I always watch them. My favorite Wendy Williams moment, and it's one that I quote quite frequently, maybe too frequently, is when she was talking about Britney Spears and the conservatorship, and she's like, "Death to them all." Just like, that shit kills me every fucking time, bro. Death to them all is crazy. So sometimes I will just bust out a quick death to them all my love, One Me Williams. Let me know what you think in the chat. All Day Jammer, if you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch and YouTube. We're live right now. We're listening to music, giving feedback. This is All My Love. I haven't listened to this song. I'm pretty sure I saved this in the New Music Who This playlist like a week or two ago, or maybe even songs from the comments. It's a little quiet, and that was like the first thing I thought of, but the song itself is really, really solid. So let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, Death to Them All kills me, bro. But I mean, she's hilarious. This is also from the UK, so for all the UK people in the chat, One Me is an artist from the UK who's also a corporate lawyer by day. Born and raised in London. The feedback that I did have, right? Because there was some feedback even when I was listening to the first time. A little bit of tuning. Ever so slightly, a little bit of tuning. Dude, it's hilarious. One Me Williams on Instagram. Is it? Do you think it's Woomy? Is that N? For anybody who knows, is the N? The N's got to be silent, right? It's probably Woomy. It is super vibey. I love neo soul, so for me this stood out for that reason. It feels like a very classic neo soul sound. Master's a little quiet. I wish there was a little bit more volume on it. Wish there was a slight little bit of tuning on the vocal just to smooth out some of the shaky moments. But overall, I really enjoyed listening to it. So I playlisted this before. I'm gonna playlist it again. Especially when you start to get into the runs, right? Like, I think that's where it really impressed me. There's clearly a solid vocalist behind this. Some compressions too on the mix. Yeah, it's like the balance, but look, like, first song ever, only song out. March 8th, like, I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I mean? For debut release, there's things I do think that could improve, but again, I think overall, a really, really solid effort, and definitely someone that I would keep my eyes on as far as, like, neo-soul artists go. There's a bunch. There's not a bunch of great neo-soul artists or neo-soul vocalists, I don't think, right now. So to me, that kind of stood out for that reason. And I know I'm going to get flamed for saying, like, not right now. But, like, if I think about it across, like, the mainstream, there's not really, like, a ton of them. You know what I mean? All right. 41-2, Mount Corridor Loop. We got another one from these guys. I'm not mad at it. We did not have a consultation, but I do fuck with that music. Mount Corridor, let us know what you think in the chat. Crazy beat already. Why does this say Loop V2? Oh my god. I'm sorry, did you just make a Mordor Frodo reference? Flood out all these toxins in me, please pick up, I'll be calling soon. My life is actually boring. Love these background vocals, man. Jesus. Drive, towing, shred on my face, I'm glowing. Ain't scared of the reaper, I'm sowing. Now last Sunday, yeah, I'm growing. Ain't even played the game yet, I'm loading. This is great. Anything with a Lord of the Rings reference, you're gonna get me. Big Lord of the Rings nerd over here. One of my favorite movie series and book series of all time. Ami says this is so unique. Vocal effects flow. I'm rocking with it. This one does feel good. Not finished yet. Still a work in progress. I'm assuming there's nothing after this. The melody's stuck in my head already, though. No, you're not gonna get a verse out of me as well, bro. I already sang to you guys. No way. No, this is not. I do terrible in this space. This is not a verse that. Or these are the type of beats where I just lose myself in them. I never get anything good out of myself. I do like this though. I will say I like the beat. It's a good beat choice. I like the vocals. I like the way everything's sat in it. I don't really have too much feedback. I just want to hear it when it's finished because that's like absolutely something I would listen to. 41_2 on Instagram. Again, make sure you go follow. I fuck with these guys. The music is good. You guys are a duo, right? I'm not making this up. No, you are a duo. Yes. Oh my God. I thought for a second, I was like, I really don't know. Like I'm saying I know who these guys are, but I'm not sure that I do. Jane Berry up next. Talk to Me. This is a new listen for us. I don't know that I've ever listened to Jane Berry before, but this one's called Talk to Me. So let us know what you think in the chat. Blood Brothers. Oh, I love that. Siblings. We love a little sibling project. My wife and her younger sister do music together as well, and it's like a really beautiful thing. All right, Jane Berry.
Tell me what you're
I'm sorry, you did this on your phone?
Tell me what you feel inside. You're so good at leaving me on the ground to die.
Jen Sor on Instagram.
Tell me where things went wrong. Tell me why I can't move on.
I mean, look, the things that I do here is you recording on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, it's that. It's like, there are some noticeable things that kind of point to that. But I think for a band lab demo as well, it's pretty solid. Balance-wise, the vocals cut through nice. Like, there's obviously like a little like, you know, inconsistency, I think, on the vocal recording. But if you're using like wired headphones, like that's what it's gonna be, right? You know what? I think like you make content about this, you make like a little YouTube video, like a lo-fi shot on like iMovie or iPhoto type vibe, and like it's exactly the way that this feels. There's like maybe some tuning stuff, you know what I mean? That could be a little bit tighter on certain notes here and there. But for doing this on BandLab in a week on your own, like, it's a pretty solid foundation.
From nights I remember.
Brian says, holy crap, I would be so infuriated and impatient.
I remember everything. Do you remember me?
Omri says, honestly, you just need some auto-tune and better mixing. This is not even hard bad. I agree. There's absolutely a market for this. There's a fan base for this. I'm going to save this. I will say I don't know that it stays in the playlist when we get to the content side because there's still work that needs to be done. But I think on first listen, first time hearing you, knowing you did this on your phone, it's pretty impressive, and I would love to hear you kind of like continue to build from this. I mean, one of the things that I would suggest doing, because you could probably still do BandLab and maybe just get a mic that like, or an interface that plugs into your phone. So you could literally upgrade your mic setup and still be recording on BandLab in your phone. I think there's a BandLab desktop app too as well if you really wanted to take it over there from your phone too. But that's probably what I would suggest is one, start getting into work. Yeah, Brian is a producer in the chat too. He says if you ever want to help mixing this stuff, I'm always happy to help. But I think that's it. You know what I mean? It's just continuing to make music. It's continuing to record and kind of figure out how to use the DAWs to your advantage. Like obviously, if you can upgrade to like Logic or something on a desktop, you'll have more processing power. You'll be able to do more. You'll probably like, you know, just upgrading your equipment as you go and finding the ways to kind of make what your setup is work for you in the best way. I will say, like, as good as the wired headphones are, it's probably not the best thing to be recording on. I know some artists who have done a really good job of getting a clean recording like that, having it mixed by an engineer, and still putting music out. I immediately think of Amari Noel, who, like, that was a whole thing when she started, was recording on the wired mic, putting music out, and she did really well on Spotify. I think she's at, like, here we can look. Not Amari Noel Ferguson. though that is her as well. She's on the Shy now. But that was like how she kind of like started popping off. Where is her Spotify? Yeah, you know, like she's got like 17K monthly listens now, but like this was all done on like wired headphones. This was all just done on wired Apple headphones. So that you can do it. But I think that's it. You know what I mean? It's just investing in your setup, starting to make it just literally like leveling up a little bit. But I think, again, great start, great groundwork. Definitely keep working on things. The songwriting was pretty solid. It had its own kind of style to it and sound, which is, you know, that's one of the things that takes a longer time to figure out, I think, for a lot of artists. So good job on that front. But just keep making music, honestly. Like, how old are you? You don't look like you're super old. So you've got a lot of time to do this. And where are you from also? Because try to tap into your local community of artists and creators as well. Find collaborators, find producers to work with. 22, you got plenty of time. Depression Week, Ami Lux. I love this artist. He's such a sweet human being. And I love his music too. So let us know what you think in the chat. I have no idea what direction this one's going to be in. I've heard stuff be a little bit more bossa nova leaning. I've heard stuff be alt R&B. I've heard stuff be a little bit more indie leaning. Super diverse artist, really interesting sound. I don't think I expected this at all. So I did not expect this style of like alternative R&B from you, but I kind of fuck with it. Let us know what you think in the chat. Oh, planning to rewrite and record second verse and bridge in the open spot. Produced and recorded yourself. Great job. Omi.lux on Instagram. Sorry, Omi.lux. We dropped our interview, right? Yes. Did I not drop it yet? Fucking idiot, bro. I gotta do this. I'm still sitting on interviews from Digitalog days that I need to put out. I think yours is one of them. Kelsey Alice says it's giving summer yearning. It's very dope. I thought I put it out. Maybe not. Venus Baby says I love it. Oh yeah, it is there. It is there. Sorry. We did do an interview. Toby, what's cracking, bro? Welcome back to the chat. You did a really good job on this. I love the production, actually. Morning drive, late night drive. This is one of them ones, says Lokia. Dame, what's cracking? Welcome back to the chat. If you guys are in the chat and you want to submit music, just make sure you hit exclamation mark submit. We run everything through Nero now. It's cheaper. Okay, so here's what I will say about the mix. I want more presence from the bass without it being overpowering. I do want it to rumble a little bit more than it does, I think, right now. I think you could bring elements of the drums down a touch. Hi-hats kind of really stand out in this mix right now, and I think you could probably dull those a little bit and kind of have them sit behind the sub a little bit more. Maybe not too much. Like, obviously, like, don't overpower it either way, but... And then maybe the snare could come down a little bit too, just ever so slightly. But I do want to hear more of a rumble. Think The Weeknd. I think, like, to me, this points to, like, Trilogy era Weeknd from a production standpoint. So I would really use those mixes as a good reference point for your mix on this production. Vocally, I love where it's at. More volume, maybe, so it stands out a little bit more over the production. But I don't think there's all that much you need to do vocally. Vocally, this one hits, bro. Like, it's very good. It's well written. Obviously, finish it when you get to finishing the writing part. The only thing that I could really point to is from a production standpoint, especially mix-wise, try and use The Weeknd's Trilogy as a reference for that, because I do think it's going to absolutely perfectly create the vibe that you're looking for. Omari says the snare is definitely the loudest in the mix and needs to be down. Hi-hat needs slight panning, then just take the volume down. One thing that I do with my hi-hats, actually, which might be really good for this, is throw a flanger on them. That's the only time I'll really use a flanger is on my hi-hats, because it gives them a little bit more of a sparkle and they kind of stand out, and then you have that kind of panning effect without panning sometimes. Brian says, yeah, I don't think it needs a ton more sub, but just a louder tone from the bass to give it the grit. Yeah, I want more of a rumble. That's about it. Trilogy is my favorite Weeknd, like, run of things too. So yeah, using flanger for more or less all ad-libs. Boo! I hate a flanger on a vocal. You're gonna hear me tell you that every time you send me something with flanging on the vocal. You're gonna hear me go, I hate that. I hate that. I'm gonna add what Kayvan said about Trilogy. Listen to Valerie in Montreal. Valerie, is that right? Montreal as references. Sorry, I'm gonna put the French accent on. Valerie, that's what I thought. All right, let's keep going. Omi Lux, AUMI.Lux. I just wasn't sure if I was wrong, and I didn't know what song that was, so I'm glad it was I'm glad it was a typo. I'm glad it was a typo. We're okay. We got Young Chino, Alice and Jason up next, and we got Paranoid by October. We got a couple more songs till we do our next free skip from the chat, all right? Nah, you good. If you guys are lucky, I'll sing you a weekend song. You're fried. Oh, drink some water.
No, I may go.
Eat a snack.
Then I go. Long way to go, cause I still feel broke. Been getting this.
I've said this before. Young Chino is like Pop Smoke voice.
Then I go.
Beat It Behind the Madness is a great commercial album. I will say that.
Leave me alone. Should've seen how her body was shaking. Lo behold, she was testing my patience. Oh, I heard that you fought with the chasing. Like your name was Alice, I'm Jason. Fuck the door, I'm destroying the casing.
AY or A Young Chino on Instagram.
That's 12, then we gotta go flank him. You know you fine, I like that. That's SMB.
I like this.
But you want my D that sexually.
He does have the pop voice. I agree. The one thing that I will say about this, it's like you have the right tone, but I think delivery-wise, this one feels a little subdued in the delivery, and I wish there was a little bit more energy in it. Like, it almost feels like you're kind of whispering the delivery a little bit. Bro, Ryan, did you just literally read my fucking mind in the chat, bro? Why do we use the same word? Yeah, why? What the hell? Of all the words that I could have picked, well, how did you pick subdued at the same time? That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like, you literally took the words out of my mouth, bro. Like, I just wish that there was a little bit more enunciation, a little bit more energy in that delivery, a little bit more oomph, like, in your face. I think that's what Pop did a really great job of, you know what I mean? He had this deep tone, but it was always, like, the energy was always there, always matched the production. To me, that's the only thing on this one that maybe doesn't connect, is the energy in the delivery and the energy in the production. Soft, quiet vocals are hard to master on. Yeah, exactly.
Know that I play for keeps. Just how I be.
Writing wise, rhythmically, I like it a lot. It's just literally tonally, like, I wish there was a little bit more energy in this vocal tone.
Then I go. I was raised, got a stench in toe. Don't forward code, then just leave me alone. Should've seen how her body was shaking. Lo behold, she was testing my patience.
Ad-libs are good too.
Like your name was Alice, I'm Jason. Fuck the door, I'm destroying the casing.
Like, this is crazy. Like, you don't feel like you need to yell. I was just in my head, like, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, if I'm telling him this, he's gonna come back with like a fucking like mystical, like fucking screamed like delivery style. You don't have to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But definitely, like, how do you recommend balancing sounding effortless with energy? It's such a personal thing. There's not really like a tip that I can give you otherwise, like, other than just doing it a lot and trying to find out what works best for you. It's really just like a experimentation thing and figuring out like what that right tone is for you. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like with anything that's like vocal, it's like your instrument, right? It's like figuring out how to use your instrument in the way that benefits your genre and style. Like, if this was a guitar, you know, you wouldn't be playing like classical jazz guitar over a drill beat. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably like a bad example, but like, you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's just like everything has to match up and be cohesive. I think that's maybe the only thing I would say about this one is like, I do wish that there was just like a little bit more oomph in the vocal than there is in this one. But overall, really enjoyed it. I will say, like, Chino, you're a good rapper, bro. Like, the rapping part, you've got down. You know what I mean? It's just the delivery and the mix part, which I think needs a little bit of work. And on this one, it feels more like the delivery than the mix, if that makes sense. Paranoia, October up next. And then we are going to do another free skip after this one. Out of the UK, let us know where you guys are watching from, too. I'd love to know where you guys are at in the world. What up, Living? What up, Jorge? We are live on Twitch and YouTube right now. Shinobi, hello. Solid foundation, keep it going. This is a very short one, bro. Oh no, bro. That's terrible. What do you mean she's spawn camping your accounts? What does that mean? What is she doing to you? That was crazy. Subdued is not like the word I would use all the time either. It just popped into my head. So I really like this, right? It's short, it's sweet, it's easy to listen to, so much so that I'm gonna play it again. Whenever I post, she's making a new account, commenting on my shit. Gen Z brain rot is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Why is she doing that? Tell her to go touch grass. That's crazy. You might have to end up getting like a restraining order or some shit. Does she live in your town also? that's you gotta move, bro. Yeah, you gotta get out of that, bro. You gotta run. Venus Baby says, I like this a lot. I like this too. October is actually out of like the York area. You're from Yorkshire, right? Isn't that right? No, you don't need to apologize at all, bro. I'm jealous of you eating dinner right now. Toby said, you have been recommended by Citizen Device saying something called post-separation abuse. Holy shit, bro. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Right north. Definitely started. Bracken's Coded, that was fire. I like October's music, man. Honestly, like we've listened to a lot of it over the last couple of years, and like he's really got his own style and sound already, and I think that's been the interesting thing watching him do is just kind of figure out who he is as an artist, and I just feel like you're getting closer and closer to it. Yeah. Hey man, you're doing the work. Regardless of what we're telling you in here, you are doing the work, and I think that's the biggest thing. You know what I mean? It's like, yeehaw. So as much as I hate country music, I actually love bluegrass, which is like a weird fun fact about me. I enjoy some bluegrass music. I do. I don't know that I like bluegrass people, but the music is enjoyable. Trail Mix. Andres Ian up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. With Marika the Sage. Yeah, I don't like country music. Not commercial. Old country, maybe a little bit. A little bluegrass, though. Oh. Oh. Immediately saving this because the vibe is just immaculate off the rip. Love the production. Great vocal tone, great delivery. Andres Ian 00.
Trail Mix when I'm stepping to him. Mouth dry like a raisin, raising questions to him. Flashing cash, you insecure. That's why you gotta flex it to him. Dog, I got a couple.
Hey, bro, look. You're not gonna catch me stopping in the hillbilly areas of the world. I like my life. Marika Sage, the feature on this one. Also really dope. How do I not know about Marika Sage? We're live on Twitch and YouTube right now if you want to come hang out.
I don't got a life, I just make music till I'm fed up. I don't tell us
this
you
is
with
sick.
it if you're not. I got never ending pain, I put aside to be a rock. Lying to myself
Marika Sage on Instagram.
I got standards I amount to, and I need to have them show. If I break inside this battle, will you meet me on the road?
Yeah, old Johnny Cash is cool. Leon is great. He's country adjacent. Uncle Books is this, I agree. This is crazy cool shit, Ryan Cole. Definitely a standout one for us tonight.
Amazing, but I'm still stuck on my stutter. Wanna ask for help, I'm so scared that I'll just bug you. Shit is real. Scared to tell the truth, and then I end up losing years with you. Losing years.
Oh, we're on Marika Sage. I was like, damn, bro. Where's that with a million?
Broken hands and lost time. Hope to land on God's
Bars, says Kelsey. Yeah, this one's really good. I really like this a lot.
Holy land get monetized. Hold the hands or hold it in. Tears and lack of
Oh, why am I not surprised that RJ likes this?
They cast the net and got my arms tied. That's a deadly catch like
That's an easy playlist ad for me.
Had a friendly stench until I
Trail Mix does sound really good right now. Not to me. Not when you got allergies. Trail Mix and allergies do not mix. That's a fail mix. This is great. I have no feedback. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I like the production. I like that no drums came in. It was very heavily carried by the vocal of both Andres and Marika. I think they both did a great job. Great flows, great bars. Really, really great delivery style and tone. That's really all you can ask for is like a diverse 2-minute and 30-second long song. Easy to listen to. It's definitely going to get run back. It's definitely going to get added to the rotation a little bit more consistently. I'm not going to skip that song when it comes on. I got to be real. That one's going to get played every single time it plays. I enjoyed that one a lot. LWYD Freestyle by Book. Just got the first mix back from Engineer. Let me know what you think. All right, we're into Untitled. Let us know what you think. All right. We're going to keep things moving. That was our free skip, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. 5 more. We'll do another free skip. Remix to the Lotto joint.
What you did to me,
Yes, that is what you submit if you want to skip. Here are the instructions. I love the use of auto-tune. To me, that's the right amount. I like the feeling of it personally.
Look what you did to me, bitch. Crashing the names on my list. They didn't know that the last
6, if you want to submit, here's the link to you. Make sure you submit it Nero. We also have a paid skip queue. If you want to skip, you can learn how by reading these instructions in the chat.
dreaming about hitting the lotto so I can do right by you, damn. Just saying. Been doing some numbers and running the bands. Ballad of mommy, so she was a fan. Bet you kid and you hide the man. I live from Brooklyn, no, you live from
I do like this. Is this just a straight usage of the same beat? Or is this like a sampled, like actually remixed? Vocally, you did a great job on this. You're not really going to be able to distribute this and put it out without owning the rights to the production. But this is really, really great for social content, video content. People who recognize it, honestly, for me, like I'd probably cut this down, do a social cut, run some ads on it. Target Lotto fans, target people who are into this type of music as well. Maybe other like fan bases who kind of, you know, are artists who are in this space. And use it to build socials. Yeah, this is for a social remix series I'm doing called Mix Back. Great job on it. It sounds amazing. Honestly, like, I couldn't tell you that I've heard the Lotto version of this song, and it feels like you did your own thing here, and it feels good. Brian Quinn says, I love the vibe. I just think personally the double vocal is a little too spread out at times. I think about tightening those up. That's fair. Yeah, I do wish that higher register kind of like vocal harmony that's happening that was a little bit more up front in the mix, just so you can really hear that layering a bit more. Right now it feels very far away, and I would love to hear it just be a little bit more in front of you in the mix. I think you did a really great job though, and I think for social this is absolutely perfect. I'm telling artists to do this all the time. I think like if you are like a newer artist and you're trying to build a fan base, doing stuff over beats that are viral or that people know is such an easy entry point for people who don't know who you are yet to start to care about you and start to listen to you and also understand what your taste is too. So I think you did a really awesome job of this. Uncle Book on Instagram, no posts yet, and I'm assuming that's because you're about to start dropping a bunch of new content in there as well. But what I would say to that is, and I generally say this to artists, don't archive or take down all of your posts because it tells a story and it helps people connect with you over time. So I would just, you know, and for me as a distributor, I will say also like sometimes like it does make it harder for me to find good pitch information when I don't have stuff that's archived. You know what I mean? Like if there's like editorial playlists that you've been in before, if there's like, you know, wins that you've gotten from a press standpoint that I could use in a pitch. I just went through this recently where something with like an artist had archived all this shit and I was like, damn, like I can't even go look back at stuff that maybe came in after the fact to be able to pull this from my pitches. So that's just one thing, and that's totally like a business person, like my side of things, thing to think about. But, you know, just for anybody who's like looking into you and trying to figure out who you are, sometimes archiving that shit, like you'll lose the story that you're telling, and people might not be as interested if they don't see XYZ thing that you've already done already that can show that you're putting in the work and you're getting some, you know, getting some movement from what you're doing on your own. Okay. So that's the only thing I would say about archiving posts. I'm personally adverse to it because I do think it shows growth and tells the story, but I also understand why people do it. So totally up to you. Not going to tell you how to run your socials. It's just something like I'm thinking about all this shit from like my own like business person's perspective sometimes and less from the artist perspective, but I get it. I also understand. Hero Tech, I do love you. All right, you're up next. Cyanide Cypher. Just a quick freestyle. Take part as the vocalist. Go on 3 different beats meant for 3 different audiences. That is interesting.
Double XD Siamese in this bitch, 2 tap no sight, but a grip on his
Oh.
grip. Bust this stick, have a hold my blitz. She on my dick, so she must want kids. I gotta do a wheel blick in this bitch, and I hold dual wheels like I'm holding them names. I'm on my villainous shit, so you gonna see me clutching on tanks. Whole crew filled with max range.
Let us know what you think of Jet.
Body with pressing on planes, pressure on who? Pressing on the neck. I ain't give a fuck. I'm on top of the hill like Hank. Don't give a shit what you mean, bitch lane. I ain't give a fuck, nigga. Watch your lane. I ain't give a fuck, nigga. Aim at your brain, nigga.
I mean, I like this already because it's interesting. I do want the bass to smack me in the face a little bit more too, though.
Authentication when you closer. Next step,
Not two-step authentication. I hate that.
I'm on ya. Bulletproof whipping just like a soldier.
Really like the introduction of vocal tone. I agree with that.
To me cause I'm older. Missile. Nigga, I'm wiping niggas like tissue. Pistol. Got the camo on the standard issue. Might blick you. This gun tucked on me. No
Really, really good pockets you're in. This is good writing. Bettina, thank you for the follow.
Have you niggas niggas on my dick.
Oh.
Fuck that about.
Oh. This is super down. I mean, 3 beats. This is so interesting to listen to. Brian Cole says this is hard. Kenny made a bang says this part's dope. I like this too.
Don't give a fuck about these lame hoes, these bullet hoes. Apache bullets steady ripping clothes. We wipe your nose. Gang sliding with them metal poles. I let them know.
Look.
We really paying how to whack hoes.
I like this.
Look. Scope right on top of the Mac, call me Pac-Man. ARP, FMJ right on the fat man. Run the block twice just to aim at the front door. Walk with a limp, nigga, tell me what's up, ho.
Honestly, dude, pretty solid. I think, you know, like, one, put your socials in the chat if you have them, because you didn't put them in his, so I can't go follow you. But I did like what I was listening to. I think part 2, part 3 were probably my favorites. Low key, I would love to hear you on more beats like part 3. I think that fits your vocal tone really well, and the way that you rap really well also. So to me, that was probably my favorite section of the 3. Part 2 is probably my second favorite. Part 1 was my least favorite, but not really for anything other than I just feel like you fucking did the shit on part 2 and part 3 a little bit harder. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I would say. He just brought out and didn't even have the decency to give us his socials, says Ryan Cole. Look, we do actually have a whole emote for people who don't do socials in here, because this used to be a thing. I used to always have to tell people all the time, like, yo, bro, why are you not giving me your socials? Like, I'm trying to go support you. I want to, like, be a fan of your music, and then I get nothing. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? What are we doing? Brother, is this actually you? Did you make me just follow some sort of spam account, bro? What is this? I'm about to unfollow this account right now. I'm gonna be real with you. Hero Tech, I'm unfollowing this account purely because your highlights make it look like you're gonna try and sell me Forex, and I'm not doing that, all right? But when you've got a music social up, let me know and I will go follow it, because I liked what you were doing. But that was a sketchy looking Instagram account. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Preddy, Chinatown, up next. This is the next one coming from Preddy, man. Let us know what you think in the chat. BXC_Preddy. We heard another song from him earlier on in the stream. You gotta take those highlights down. Did you get hacked or something? Those are like, that's like the biggest red flag of like, my account got hacked. When people start posting about their returns on stocks in like 2 days. I sent this person 15K, they turned it into 50. That's the shit that'll have me run in the opposite direction. BXC Preddy on Instagram. The mix on this one sounds better for sure. How we doing on this queue? How we doing on this queue? Fuck, we got a lot of paid skips left, guys. It's like that. I shouldn't have taken that time to sing you guys Luther Vandross. I took too much time. This one's hard, bro. Nah, you can do as many as you want, bro. I'm not pressed. Put as many songs in as you want. I'm here for another hour, so you got another hour of me giving feedback. It's up to you guys. Alright, I need you to let me know when this one drops. Oh, it's out already. This came out today? Lou Salem says giving a nudie vocal tone and stuff. I like this one a lot. Let me know when it's on Spotify. Put it in my release calendar. I'll put this in the playlist on Friday if it's in there. Elijah Moo, what's going on, bro? It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. When did you upload this one to be distributed? That's a real question. Because that's why it's delivering on different days. When did you turn this one in? I'll put you on game right now. Yeah, we're live on Twitch and YouTube right now if you want to come hang out. I'm just listening to music, giving feedback with the community. We just do this for independent emerging artists. On the 15th, today, you put it in for distribution today to be distributed today. Is that what you did? Or the 15th of March? Jen's Heart, what's going on? Crazy work, says Ryan Cole. This is really good. I really like the song here a lot, right? Regardless of whether you confirm that you turned this in today or not. You uploaded 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's good. That's better. What I will say, right? Working in distribution, this is what I've learned. If you are trying to pitch this for editorial, if like just upload your shit like 4 weeks at a time. Like seriously, like whenever you've finished making it, upload it 4 weeks after whenever you're done, right? Couple different reasons. One, if you have like a pitch form on your back end, Spotify for artists, all that kind of shit, it's going to give it more time to get to the right people, right? You want to do that. Two, if you have a distributor who's pitching for you and on behalf of you, most DSPs don't want to get pitches less than 4 weeks at a time. You know what I mean? So like for anyone who's using Too Lost and filling out that pitch form on the back end and stuff like that, you need to be turning your shit in 4 weeks at a time before your release. Three, pre-saves. You run pre-saves, get your numbers up. Algorithmically, that's going to help you if you hit the ground running with streams in the first week or two. It'll probably serve you to more people. Also, release radar, stuff like that, weekly discover. If you're not turning your shit in 4 weeks ahead of time, it's not going to hit those things, all right? And that's really the big things. Like algorithmically, that's really what you want to hit on Spotify because it's going to be the thing that gets you more streams. And that's really what you're trying to do. So if you are, look, I just always tell people, like, do shit ahead of time because it's going to make your life easier. It gives you 4 weeks to stack up content for the rollout. It gives you 4 weeks to make video, make visual assets. It gives you 4 weeks to push it to people and start to get a little buzz around it. Get a pre-save campaign going with the content, with the song. You could even upload the song just to socials ahead of time, distribute it to socials and use the sound, get the sound moving, get the sound trending. All that shit's really important, right? So, Too Lost's been letting you down. Look, there's a reason for that, and it's the thing that I will tell everybody. Every self-serve distributor is the same, right? Regardless of whether an A&R has reached out to you and they tell you they want to sign you, they have volume. Volume is the key. So they are going to try and sign as many things as possible. It's not a guarantee that they're going to be able to prioritize your releases. What is going to happen is they're going to prioritize the people they know are going to get placements and they know are going to stream well already. It's all a data game, especially on the distro side of things. So for the most part, you can't really rely on your distributor to do anything at all until you get to a point where the data is really on your side and you can use that data as part of the pitch. That's really when they're going to start doing things for you, right? So that's the thing is like, yes, it's going to feel that way. It's going to feel that way basically anywhere where you can distribute your own music. And that's because volume is the model. That is what they are doing. They are getting as much volume, as much market share as possible. And then they are earning off of that as a company across the board. But at the same time, they will have priority artists who are people who are streaming extremely well. Like someone like Jeff, right? Who's like doing like, he's got like 1 million monthly listeners or something crazy like that right now. He's a priority for them. It makes sense because every song he puts out is doing like 500, 600K, million plus. He's getting a lot of love from editorial, so it's a no-brainer. They know they can push that. Also, the other thing about distributors is they can only prioritize a certain amount of releases every week when it comes to actually pitching to DSPs. They run through label relations teams. This is all shit that they're not going to tell you, but it is how it works, right? So it is like just generally a thing where like, even for me, right, Genius Distro, we're a priority client at Too Lost. I know this. At the same time, if I don't have the data to back why they should prioritize something, the work is going to be on me to get things to a point where the data backs them being like really working on it and prioritizing it. So even for managers, artists, like the work is really on you. The onus is on you to really, really build that story from a data standpoint and continue to build that story and build that fan base. And as you do that, you'll become more of a priority. You'll get offers from other places. Like it just is kind of how this whole system works. Jen Swart says that's why good artists get offered advances and better deals than new artists. Is yeah, exactly. Got to India until you start popping off. Then they see data and will help out. You are exactly correct. And I think that's the disconnect sometimes is that people aren't telling artists that is what it is, but that is what it is. You have to be able to give them a reason, right? And the reason why is really the whole thing. When we're talking about marketing, you got to give the audience a why. Why should they care? Why should they follow you? Why should they listen to your music? So everything is about the whys. Oh, shit. I love this already. This is super dope. Where are you from? Crazy bounce. Love the vocal production. From London? Come on. What part of London? I'm from Peterborough originally. So I love hearing stuff from the UK. It actually makes me so fucking happy. Jen's Heart 3T's on Instagram. This does go crazy. Southwest? Come on, bro. Love that. Short, sweet, easy to listen to. Definitely following you. Please send me music as it's coming out. I'll support it. It's like a real, like, actual passion of mine to just support artists from the UK and the US as much as possible. I have no feedback, bro. That actually sounded and felt really good. it was maybe a little short, but also at the same time, like, in the sense that it was really easy to listen to, and I'd probably run it back like 2 or 3 times, not in the sense that it's just too short and like I couldn't listen to it. You know what I mean? I actually, yeah, that was really good. I really don't have, I wouldn't tell you I had unless I had feedback, I wouldn't tell you that I have feedback. I don't really have any feedback. We got more London people in the chat, bro. I love when the people from the UK find their way here. It makes me so happy, and it makes me feel a little bit more at home. I miss it a bit. Relajamu just sent something over. Beautiful. We do have a long skip queue right now, so I will say, for anybody who's trying to guarantee they get played on stream today, skipping is probably the best thing to do. Seriously, like, will always have my heart. It's like literally what made me a big part of what made me who I am, to be honest, is growing up in the UK. And growing up with music from the UK too. Brayon, you already know I'm a fan of yours, bro. Great voice.
Teach me how to fly through your strawberry skies.
Brayon Bliss on Instagram. Look, this dude is such a talented songwriter and R&B producer, artist, sorry. Based in LA right now, but from South Sacramento originally. Shout out to Check the Rhyme, who's also been a very big supporter of Brayon this whole time.
Beauty lies in the eyes of every beholder. I witness it like Jehovah. I shouldn't have let it smoke.
Oh, I like this. I like this little like more wrapped pocket that you get into. We don't always hear this from you.
Forgive me, baby. If love is war, then I deserve to be exonerated.
Yes, originally from Sacramento. You grew up there. I didn't know that, Ryan. Yeah, he's from Sacramento, but now in LA. As of like last year or something, right? You moved to LA recently. This slow stuff is fuck. This dude's got a beautiful voice. One of my favorite Brayon Bliss songs. Wow is up there. Zoo is up there. Crush was really good. That came out recently, right? I think I put that in. I think I put this in the new music of this playlist. Add it to my actual library now as well. LA 2 years. Damn. Goes quickly. What up, Leslie? How you doing? Yeah, Crush just dropped. Crush was in my new music of this playlist. But I mean, this 20,000. Look, this is a great start, bro. Just keep building off of that. You know what I mean? And the social part is really important. So like for everybody in here, I know you're gonna fucking hate me saying this, but you gotta do the social stuff. You gotta be consistent. You gotta make a lot of content, and it might feel like overkill, but you gotta push your shit. Getting the fresh finds look is really good. Make sure you include that in your pitches when you're putting those in there. You know what I mean? It's these things. The data's important, but it's these intangible things too. The things that are happening outside of streaming that are really important to make sure that you communicate those things to your distro teams as well. Beautiful. If you're in the chat, again, let me know where you're from. I know we got some UK people in the chat. I love that. I know we got some LA people in here too, but just if there's anybody from somewhere that I did not know you guys were watching from, I get really excited about that, so. This one's a super easy listen. I can see myself singing along to this in the car, man. Brayon Bliss on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. We got Chicago in the house. One of my favorite music cities in the world. Lokia, make sure you submit your music in Nero, and then let me know your artist name as well. We'll make sure we get you pulled into the priority queue. All right. Keep things going. Like you said, Jen's Heart. We got another one, more polished. I'm excited. How did you choose the name Jen's Heart? Also, curious to know where your name came from. Lake Tahoe. Oh, I gotta get out there one time. Switzerland. Shout out to you in Switzerland. That's cool. Oh, you've got one of those guns. You got one of those guns LOL pages as well. Anton's got one too. No clue, it sounded cool. I love that. Someone's gonna ask you that in an interview at some point. She should come up with a story. Even if it's not real, come up with a story, bro. Oh shit. We got a little funk inspiration here. I kinda love this as well. I don't really have any feedback. This shit's really cool. Jen's Heart on Instagram, 3 T's. I fuck with this dude. Very unique. I don't know that I've heard all that much or all that many artists who kind of like go between spaces like this. I would say when you get into this section, just make sure your vocal sits on top of the production a little bit more. There's a lot happening in that like bandwidth where your vocals sit, especially with the synths. So just ducking out a little bit of space so your vocals punch through a little bit more. That's the only thing I can really point to. Venus Baby says this is crazy. Also based in London. Just saying, all you UK people out there, make sure you connect. Might smooth sidechain into the leads. Yeah, that would work. I really like this a lot. I would listen to this. Like again, like when this drops, let me know it's going in the playlist. Literally just I guarantee you right now I'll put this in a playlist as long as you keep me updated with when it drops. I'll fuck with this. Good job. I gotta ask though, Southwest London, who's your London team if you like football? I have to ask. Who's down there? Isn't it? It's fucking Spurs. No, yeah, it is, isn't it? Spurs and West Ham United. Oh God. Oh God. Oof. Oh, rough time. No, it's okay. I was a United fan when I was a kid, and then I'm now an Arsenal fan. I've been an Arsenal fan since like 2000 and maybe 10 or 11. So I went through all the bad years, but now, yeah, you know, things are looking up a little bit. Kelsey Allo, hit and run. First music video of the day. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to keep things moving. We'll have another free skip coming up very shortly. Maybe in a song or two, we'll do another one. I will say Glory Days of United, though, was nice. Back in the Rude Van Nistelrooy era. Oh,
yeah,
what a time to be a United fan.
So people can donate to the relief fund that way.
If you don't give them an answer, they can't
shut up, please? Not right now.
Venus says, I love this video, by the way. Kelsey, you ate. Oh, you already saw it. I love that.
I'm not going to donate anything, obviously. But people will start donating once I post that on my story. So I can do that today. Also,
I'm not always a fan of a skit in the beginning of a video.
$300,000 a minute. I might.
This has like a little comedic feeling to it that I am really enjoying, though, right now. I will say. It's not always like this. But right now, it's doing its thing.
She's so full of herself.
You've heard me say this about skits before, about not putting them in the front end of a video.
You fucking bitch, I hate you. Hope you step on a Lego. You're ugly in an L2. Hope you choke on a staple. Don't think
damn, I kind of love this.
and not face consequences. Sit tight, try not to break free.
Video's solid, but just giving an attitude that I think fits the song really well. Kenny Hooverback says LOL. Step on a Lego is crazy. Step on a Lego is so specific, and I love how specific it is. I'm gonna have to go find this on streaming as well, just to save it.
Go ahead, call the cops, your mom, or
oh, I already put it in the new music. I'm gonna put it in this playlist as well, though, really quick. I think I felt that way when I listened to the song as well on Spotify. I was like, you know what, this is kind of just cool. The one thing I will say is, like, vocal mix wise, it's close. There's still something in the balance that I wish there was like a little bit more like in favor of everything. And it may just be that the bass and sub is like it's like a touch loud in comparison to some of the other layers.
I didn't want to have to do this, but you kind of gave me no choice.
But I do like this though. I like the storytelling in this video.
I called you pretty. I laughed.
This is hard for my mix to balance. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. The concept of the song is really good though.
Of your posts, I listened to you whine and bitch about every single problem that anyone would be lucky to have. Yes, it's me. And how did you repay me? Not even a follow back on TikTok.
That's why you're mad.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like this. I like this. I like the satirical aspect of this music video as well. It's great.
I can't let you get away with that.
You'll have problems running ads on this because of the violence in the video, but at the same time, it slaps. It's good. Great job. The sound effects, bro. The squelch sound effect just now. Good job. The squish got me. Nah, bro, good job. The only thing I have feedback on is the mix, but I think video-wise, it's really solid. And like I said...
If you can try to move your head with the wipers, like you're getting whacked by them.
I just wanted to feel how hard it was first.
Was it hard?
No.
Okay, good. 3, 2, 1.
Ah, dude, I like that. Good job. Second most gravitational pull is the black hole in the universe. The first is your eyes. Wow, 6. Shooting a shot in the chat right now. Shooting a shot in the chat right now from Switzerland. What's going on, 6? Kelsey Allo on Instagram. Good job. Really great job on that one. It's a good song. It's a good video. I'm dead, bro. Yeah, you guys crack me up. Black American, Ghost Pills up next. Made this last week and was in love with the energy of it. Intro to my upcoming album, actually. I hope it gets more views, too. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can run ads on it, try. You know what I mean? Solo sales is from the logo. Yo. I love it, man. I fucking love it. Oh, Ghost Pearls, man. I listened to you for the first time recently. The Architect. And I loved it. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Because I was just going to call you 6. I'll probably still call you 6, to be honest. This has got like Paris, Texas in it. A little like Injury Reserve in it. You know what I mean? It's definitely in that like alt hip hop lane. I'm going to say that I do think Mix could use a little bit of work on this one. Song itself is really cool. Girls Pearls, GRLS Pearls on Instagram. You're I see where this is gonna go for you. You know what I mean? It's like, I think in my head, it's like you were at the beginning of like building this like a very cult following, but I can see you building a cult following with the sound of music that you make. 6 is out. 6, how old are you, bro? 6 is out here. Got a little JPEG Mafia in it as well. Super unique. This shit stands out, man. Maybe as old as me. How old do you think I am? Boiler room sweaty mosh pit that this will create will be beautiful, says Brian Cole. Lokia says this is hard as fuck. Look, I see it, man. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I think this type of sound is like so, like, it just builds. Kenny, you gotta stop. Holy shit, you nailed it on the head, bro. Great guess. Usually people guess like, and maybe I'm gonna gas myself up a little bit. Usually people guess like 28, 26. 32 is dead on, man. What gave it away? What was it? Kenny made a bang. You just crack me up, man. Remind me who I am, Ryan Cole. Actually, nah, Ryan Cole. I'll give you a second, bro. We're gonna do another one of these free skips. We're at that time. We got a free skip in us right now. Look at you. Look at God. 32 gang. It's lit. I'm not even mad at it. My 30s is way better than my 20s was already. Javon Landry up next, man. We might have done a Javon Landry song the other day, too. I just push it to the top. We got 30 minutes left. We're going to get a couple more free skips probably in. Yeah, Javon Landry. Great sound. Very Bay Area-centric sound, I think. Had a couple, like, first song was like a little hyphy. Second one was a little bit more lyrical, but still had that bounce to it. J Leslie Monique, that's you. That's right. J Leslie Monique on Instagram. It's a very classic sound. I I think that's what I hear from all your music. Has a very classic sound rooted in like a classic era of hip hop.
Hard to get to center it, honing in my honor and my honesty. Instead of honoring, I'm craving to radiate constantly because it's a dichotomy between me and my peers. To be clear, I'm merely mirroring the legend that had always been here.
All right, here's the thing for me on this one. I agree. Penmanship, top 2. Delivery is actually really nice on this one too. Kalimba Roads, I'm hearing is a little too forward, but I'm not mad at the vibe, says Ryan Cole. I would agree with that. It is a little overpowering. I do actually wish you would take a little bit of low end out of the lead vocal and maybe boost a little bit more of the mid highs in the vocal as well, just to help it cut through a little bit more than it does. Overall, this one feels really good. Again, like, this reminds me of like so many artists I've loved growing up and listened to growing up. It's honestly got a little Lauryn Hill in it. EQ wise on the voice, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I hear is like it needs a little bit of a little change up on this EQ. And then the one thing I would be careful to is plosives. Every now and then you kind of hear them being a little bit more plosive-y than they need to be, but I think that's maybe also because of that low end. Because I don't know that I would necessarily hear it in the higher aspects of your vocal, but in those lower tones, I feel like that's where we hear some of that like just like room noise, mouth noise. Yeah, J. Leslie Monique on Instagram. I will say though, I've enjoyed the music you've sent over so far. You can do it with EQing, you can do it with de-essing sometimes, you know what I mean? But I think it's like those two things. Between those two things, I think that's really the only thing that I really hear. It's just kind of like cleaning up some of those aspects of the EQ on the vocal and the vocal mix. I honestly would maybe use Lauryn Hill as a mix reference if you're not, for your engineer or whoever's engineering the songs, because I do think like vocally there's some parts of the tone of your voice that kind of sound like Lauryn's when she's rapping more than when she's singing, if that makes sense. And I do think that would be a really good mix reference because I think that's the sound that you're going for anyway, especially when you're rapping. And I just think like if you could get closer to that from a mix perspective, like it probably would just really hit in a similar way. And I love the way you do your vocal layering too. I will say that's like one of the things that stands out to me most positively is just like the actual way you're stacking and arranging vocals feels really nice and organic and fun. And like it does just remind me of that like golden era of like late 90s, early 2000s hip hop. Remind me who I am, Ryan Cole. Up next, last single before the album in May. Not throwing a lot of weight behind this because production is the main focus, but happy to share it and love the song. I like this one too, man. Yeah, of course. Keep sending stuff in. I love hearing your music. Like all of you guys grow with each release, and I think that's what I really enjoyed. This is one of my favorite Ryan Cole songs so far, bro. I know I put this in New Music Who this the other day. I think it only ended up so far down because I just ended up adding so much shit to this playlist. But this was one of the ones that stood out to me on Friday as well. You just got like a cool tone. Like you kind of remind me of I don't know who you remind me of, man. Let us know what you think in the chat. Let the bodyguards go home for once. If they shoot you down, you live for once. It's super smooth, man. So Ryan is a producer as well. He produced all of this. Ryan Cole Productions on Instagram. Stay as humble as you can. Make sure you floss. Cause when you bleed, you know you real dog. Vocally gives me Chance a little bit. It gives me someone Chance adjacent, but I can't put my fucking finger on it. Maybe Eden? I could hear that a little bit. Gotta make sure you floss, man. That's how you get plaque buildup. It maybe even gives me a little Bon Iver when Bon Iver gets into this like more like R&B, hip hop, alt pop kind of vibe. Maybe it's Bon Iver that I'm thinking of. Right? What is happening to my playlist right now? It's like, for me, the vocal arrangement, the production, like just the way this whole thing moves is really what makes it stand out so much. What's going on with my playlist? Brian says, I'm definitely being inspired more recently with Bonnie Bear, McGee, and Dijon. I'm not Mexican. But shout out to all my Mexican people. My dad is from Iran, so he's Middle Eastern, and then my mom's from Hong Kong. But I grew up in the UK, so I'm just kind of a mixture of everywhere. But I get that a lot. You're not the first person to ask me if I'm either Mexican or Latino. I get that all the time. To the point where sometimes I go places and people will just talk to me in Spanish. My Spanish is not particularly good, so I always have to be like, nah. D-Bells, yes, I did. If it didn't make the playlist, there is always a reason, and that is also why we do the stream here, so that you can ask me and send me music. And I can tell you why something didn't get playlisted. I couldn't tell you off top, but I do believe that there was a reason that I didn't do it if it didn't get playlisted. And I'm sorry if it didn't, but sometimes it's just the song. It's not the artist necessarily. Where's the fucking playlist I'm trying to put this into? Oh, I came back. Okay, great. All right, we're going to keep moving. Rain on the Hardware, Rio West Side. Loki hate that sometimes, says Kenny. You chill like a Mexican, mashallah. Hey, bro, I'll take that. How do I get the reason? Submit music on stream, and I'll tell you. MD does not mean Maryland. My last name is Mortezes Adargay. Yeah, my accent comes in and out. It's confusing. Oh, I like this already. D-Bells, if I had to, from literally from top of mind, if I could pull this out of my head, I don't know if I remember, but I think it was a mixed thing more than anything. Because I've heard your music before and I do like it, but I think there was a mixed thing on this one that just like took me out of it while I was listening to it. Rio_Westside on Instagram. Also from the Bay, now in LA.
All my memories, videos you sending me, symbiotic energies. Know I got his plan.
What I will say though is I absolutely love like corrido music and like Mexican regional music, so I'm a big fan of Mexican culture. if that means anything.
I'm top 10% of people that take some real shit. You messing up my code, I'm debugging.
I wish some of these background vocal harmonies were maybe a little bit more present throughout. They're a little too far tucked in the back for me, and I wish they were filling up a little bit more of the space around this lead vocal than they are at the moment.
Why you gonna be so flaky? Why you gonna be so crazy? Why you got me out tripping? Funny like we out taking. Funny how we outdated. Story I need.
Brian Cole says we have to connect on the beats I sent you. Love your approach on this one too. Is that Foreman shifted, or is that you just doing the vocal lower? If it's not Foreman shifted, I would suggest Foreman shifting instead of just doing it with your own voice, because it sounds a little weird there. If it is Foreman shifted, I would maybe suggest changing the way you Foreman shifted or mixed it up just a little bit. When you get to these parts and there's all these vocal layers, it sounds great. It's just, I think, a little empty in the other sections, especially when it's just the lead vocal and none of the background vocals, or when those background vocals are tucked really far in the background of the mix. I would love to maybe hear a little bit more variation in the production as we get through the first 2 minutes too. I'm curious to see what happens after this section right here. But that's maybe the only other thing that I would say. But to you, Van Saint, no, it's not from Maryland, but man, when I tell you I fucking love artists from the DMV, and I've signed like 3 or 4 from there already, it's just a place that I love music from, so I'm honorary Maryland. I'm an honorary from Maryland in the DMV. Rio_Westside on Instagram. Shout out to the DMV for real. We got hella DMV people in the chat. I think sometimes it's because people think I'm from Maryland, but it's okay, I'll take it. Yeah, definitely, bro. It's been a while since I've been actually in and around the area. I always drive through when I'm going to North Carolina. But that's like, you know, I'm on a 9-hour drive. I stop for like 10 minutes. Type vibe. I had to come down though. I gotta come down and do a trip, bro. I'd love to spend more time in the DMV, I think. Lots of things I like about this one. Things I would work on is just like literally Okay, so still mixing for a later project. It's not mixed yet. So it's the mix. That's one thing that I would say. Ardo of UMG is in the chat on YouTube also, doing a lower, but okay, so if you are doing a lower, form and shift that instead, because it's going to make your life way easier to form and shift it than trying to do it that low. It's the thing that I will say about that low section is that I can tell that you are doing that with your voice to put it down there. You know what I mean? I think if you form and shift it, it's going to feel a little bit more natural because it's going to be in your natural voice, but then you're going to shift that down and it's going to feel lower. You're going to pitch it down instead, right? So you're going to get that effect without having to do it with your voice. And sometimes when you do it with your voice, it can just sound a little funky. And so that's the only thing I would say. All right, D-Bells, we're going to listen to you right now. Type it. Not going to say that word, but I'm going to tell you what I think right now and give you some feedback.
This is JP Banks.
And I'm going to go look too. I can't remember what the song was that you just dropped, but just so I can give you some actual feedback.
Type of nigga pull a kick or get your door kicked. Type of nigga say you sliding, bang ain't no shit. Type of nigga say you ballin', but you broke, bitch. Type of nigga have a baby by a hoe, bitch. Type of nigga in the mall can't afford shit, bro. Type of nigga post a straps on the
So you submitted this whole EP, right?
But you riding with that ham, huh? Say you smoking, but you can't afford it.
And I will say also, this past week I was so fucking busy, so there is a chance that you did not tell me what song to listen to, and that's why I didn't put it in there. No, you said Love Me Now and How Long. I listened to How Long first.
And all your meals cold, nigga can't go out to eat. Type of nigga go to club only when it's free. And when it costs, gotta ask a nigga to pay your fee. Type of nigga
Which isn't on this project either.
Shouting out a hallelujah, quit that bullshit. The type of nigga I hate.
Where is How Long?
Type of nigga I hate. Type of nigga I hate.
I think that's why.
Type of nigga I hate. Type of nigga I hate.
That's not there.
Type of nigga I hate. Type of nigga.
How much Persian do I know? A little bit. The basic shit, like Kheli Mamnoon, Chayesh Mekonem, Kheli Hosh Mazas, that type of shit. Salam, Khudafis, Nushe June, Dadash. How long is on the pro? It's not though. I'm looking at the track list right now. D-Bells.
But you know you got them kids that you gotta feed. Type of nigga who start thugging once you graduate.
Oh, bro, I might have been listening to the wrong thing. Oh, no. I did listen to this. I was on the wrong point. I was on the wrong one. Cantonese? Not much Cantonese. How do you know this much about? Oh, I just told you. Less Cantonese. Ya yi sam se luk fai. Gong hei fa choi. I like this one. So this one, I will say, I would probably play this one when this does drop, as long as the mix doesn't go come out like crazy. Scuba Squad Bells did not show up. No, so the thing is, I just always pick it up when I go enough to talk to family, but I don't really speak either. I actually speak more French. I actually speak more French than I do Persian or Cantonese. All right, listen to How Long real quick, and I'll tell you. Okay, did not really love the intro to this song. I'm like very much not on the country rap wave. And this is just like a personal thing. Like, I don't care for it at all. So I think that was one of the things first. Wasn't crazy about the beat on this one, and that's why I didn't playlist this one specifically, right? Super long intro also at like 30 seconds. Decently long for just the sample to be in there.
I'm talking to you in my dreams, but I know they real. Only time I tend to freeze when
The other thing I will say about this one, and I've said this before, the bass is really, like, the sub is really loud on this one. The vocal doesn't really cut through. So that was the reason why I did not playlist that song specifically. The other song that you sent me was Love Me Now, also from this one, I believe. Brian Cole, have a great rest of your night, bro. Enjoy yourself. We'll be back on Friday this week, all right? So make sure you guys come back on Friday. Similarly to the last one, mix on this one as well. Again, I was close on this one. I will say that second song, I was very on the fence about not playlisting it, and I might have even playlisted it first and then taken it out afterwards, which I actually think is what happened now that I'm thinking about what I was doing this weekend. I'm pretty sure I put it in my draft playlist. I came back and I listened to it again. In the running of everything else that we had in the playlist, there was something about the mix that just was not quite there with the rest of them, and I think it was that that bass line was so loud and those vocals felt so tucked in the mix. I will say of what we just listened to, it does feel like that's maybe a little bit more balanced, a little bit more leaning on the vocal, and so that is it. Like, that was the reason that I didn't end up playlisting anything from this project, was truly because the mix, I don't think really did enough justice for your vocal. It's not that I didn't like the songs. The first one, the beat didn't really get me so much, but the second one I did listen to, and I remember liking it, and that like squelchy West Coast kind of bass synth on it. But it was just, at the end of the day, it was a mixed thing. I know I put it in the draft initially. I remember coming back to it and taking it out before we put the final one out. So yeah, that's it. But I would always say, like, if you want reasonings why I don't add something to a playlist, this is what I do this for, is to kind of have these conversations so I can tell you. It's never really that I have anything against the artist. And I always tell artists, keep submitting music, because it's just a matter of time. But there are things that catch my ear, and that's what we do this stream for, is to talk about those things, so you guys know what I'm listening for and what I'm looking for, all right? But yeah, bro, keep sending music in. I like the one that you just sent in today, though. It feels a little bit more balanced and a little bit more focused on the vocal, which is what I want to hear. Oh, God, why? What just happened? Why did it just take me to Spotify for Artists? Did you guys see that? What was that? What was that about? Yeah, of course, man. Look, it's always love. It's never like a personal thing in here at all. DJ Pex, 420 Casper, Synth Demon, OD, ODD. Thanks for the follow. I do really like this too. I would say similarly in the mix here, that's where this could use a little bit of work. Lokia713 on Instagram. Some water got on the computer. That's why it took me to Spotify for Artists? Nah. I'm not going back to Spotify for Artists. Come on, I'm not going to expose all my artists' back ends. No, I'm just doing Tuesday, Friday this week because I have shit to do. I had something to do yesterday. I got something to do on Thursday. So just this week, we're going to do Tuesday, Friday instead. I like this. This is definitely my taste range. Like, this is something I would listen to. Every now and then I will show you Spotify for Artists backend. Not always. I like this. I do wish the master was a little bit more robust, a little bit louder. Vibe-wise, it's really like I said, in my taste. But I think the biggest thing here, Tay Melody, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the community. And for everybody in the chat, too, make sure you join the Discord. I'll tell you again, but we're doing a Q&A with the director of digital marketing at APG on Thursday in the Discord, which is free for you guys. You can ask questions. You can be in there. You can talk to him. Look, we're going to do more of these, but this is our next one, okay? So come join us. This is a super easy listen. Lokia on Instagram, Lokia713. Does SkySeek have a social yet? No, but Miss V is the other half of SkySeek. Are you guys also a couple? Is this some partners shit? So I love that if it is. Yeah, I think really, and this is like, I feel like I noticed this is like a trend that I see. When the bass line is just too loud on a mix master, the master is immediately much quieter on Spotify. And I notice this every time I listen to a song that feels quiet or it feels like it's a lower like master on the platform. It's always that the bass line feels much louder than everything else. So that might just be something to think about. I feel like the bass was maybe a little bit too loud in this one, and that's why it feels quieter now. And congratulations to you as well for your engagement. That's beautiful. This is really cool. You guys have cool chemistry together. I'm excited to hear more music from you as well, but I think just one thing to think about is like, make sure that bass line's not overpowering. It's easy to do that. I think especially as a producer, we tend to lean towards having our bass lines be louder than they need to be, but it will affect the way that it comes across in Spotify, especially. Maybe not so much on the other platforms, but with Spotify and their compression algorithm, I just feel like every time I hear something with a bass line that's louder than other elements in the beat, that's where I hear that master thing really come into effect. and the master be quieter. So that might be it. That's not like science by any means, but I think that it's a trend that I feel like I've seen and have identified. And to me, that's the thing that I always catch when I'm listening to songs with a quieter master. All right, Fugazi demo, Candyman Banger, first solo instrumental release I'm working on. That's exciting. Gabe says bass and claps and snares still get me when I'm mixing. Because that's the hard part is the balance, you know what I mean? This is so cool already. What do you mean this is your first time making a full solo instrumental? You're just gonna put this one out? I really like this a lot, bro. What up, 420 Cast? What's cracking? How you doing? Why is it that your beats just actually... It's like I listen to a Candyman Banger beat, immediate song. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. It is truly something about your production that every time I listen to it, it pulls out songs. I love this, actually, dude. This is really cool. It's really interesting. It's got such a nice bounce to it, and like melodically, chord progression wise, this may be one of my favorite beats I've heard from you. I don't know that I've heard anything like this from you yet. And this is such a cool pocket for you to be in. Like, I don't know, man. This is it. You could send this to so many different types of artists too. Like, this is an amazing work. Kale said it, man. Tight as hell. I really like this. What's up, Kale? I saw you give a phone. Who'd you just give a phone? You gave a phone to someone crazy the other day, and I was like, holy shit, that's sick. I can't remember who it is off top, but I remember seeing it on social and being like, yeah, let's go, Kale. And it was somebody who appreciated it too, but I fucking cannot remember for the life of me who it was, man. Nicholas, closer, up next. Pink Pantheress. It was Pink Pantheress. That's the one where I was like, damn, that's cool as fuck, bro. Very cool to see you do that. Congratulations.
Sentimental.
Look, you know we love UK people in here, so we got love for Pink Pantheress. Kenny, you're welcome, man. That's tight. Congrats. Well, we're getting close to playing your song in a second as well. Guys, we got like 8 minutes left. Holy shit. We'll do another free skip before we get done.
Everything crippled me, now I can't stand shit. Threw away my own dreams, called it grown man shit. On a date with my face.
They're not closed, but we're definitely towards the end of stream. I've got like 12 minutes left on the clock.
Just another motherfucking waste of talent. Colored nigga.
I think Jay Gatsby still manages artists is hilarious. Do you work with Jay, bro? I fucking love that, and that's a hilarious bio. Shout out to Jay Gatsby, man. Oh yeah, you are on there. Shout out to Jay, bro. That's good people. I don't know why I never put that together. I feel like I've seen you in his fucking bio all this time. I've never put together you guys work together. I love this. Vocal could come up a little bit in the mix. That's maybe the only thing I would say. I want to hear a little bit more of that vocal punching through over the production. As a vibe, overall, ideas are great. Sound is really cool. Song is really cool. That bass line's just a little heavy, I think, when it does come in. It's full. It's like in your face in a good way, but I just want to hear the vocal cut through just a touch more than it does at the moment. Especially the lead, because the background vocals really do kind of come through in a really nice way. It feels like the lead is maybe a little tucked back further than it needs to be. Idea of the song is really beautiful, though. It's just that I think it's the balance in some of those aspects of the mix, and that's really all I hear. YN Dot on Instagram. Really, really cool, though, overall, man. You got a really nice ear for, like, just making, like, unique and, like, just one-of-one sounds. Like, I don't know that it sounds like anyone in particular, but it sounds like you. And I think that's one of the things I always look for in artists as well. I will destroy you. I will destroy you. Kale Dadian up next. I love this artist. I've said this, like, every single time he's ever sent music in. Just a really, really diverse sound and palette for music. He's done everything from like Mexican regional music to like, you know, pop, indie pop, a little hip hop leaning, a little R&B leaning at times. This one's called I Will Destroy You. Just look, super talented songwriter and producer. And if you haven't checked out his content, you've seen it. I actually know you've seen it. Cause he be out here giving artists phones full of beats. Like this. Literally just giving phones out. How do you get these phones? I've always wondered that. You really just be giving artists phones like that? Oh, you signed with Greater Than. Congrats, congrats. I'm gonna give Big Sean a phone, bro. I buy them from a guy in San Diego who has a phone business. He hooks it up. I love that. I love that you've got a phone hookup, bro. That's fucking sick. Talk to me like that. Oh, I'll gladly crush you if you think you're bro, you just work hard, bro. I respect you. I respect your hustle. You really out here. If you think for a second, we're cool next time I see you. You might just wanna eat 100 dicks. Is it mine? This is a hilarious song also. Can we just talk about how this is a hilarious song? I think it might just be my greatest wish. I just can't wait to shit on you. I just can't wait to shit on you. I love to see that oh fuck look. As soon as you see me walk through. Look, man, look, you're doing the fucking work, bro. Don't let anyone tell you you're not doing the right things. Such a soothing voice. Such a hilarious song. I'll fucking end you if you talk to me like that. Oh, I'll gladly crush you if there is, bro. Yeah, I didn't stream yesterday, so I had to make up today. I'm doing it Friday too, not Thursday this week. I mean, I immediately saved this. So I love a song like this where it's like, I mean, like Fuck You by Amon is immediately what this reminds me of, where it's like this really smooth, like R&B song. Yo, bro, look, I got a lot of respect for you. You put yourself out there, you do the content shit, you do like, I mean, you're just doing it, man. Like, these are the things that you have to do, I think, to really like stand out. I mean, like, even this shit, like
product in Home Depot as an artist.
You know, my new song's titled I Will Destroy You.
I just love it.
Like, you know, I needed to promote the song with something that destroys. You know,
it's like you do all the shit that we're telling artists to do all the time, bro. And it's just like you're at everything. I feel like every week that there's an event, I see you at that event giving someone a phone full of beats. And like that, like at least to me, you know what I mean? It's like I recognize you from that. I see you in it every time I see it. I'm like, damn, that's cool, bro.
So it kind of makes sense with the song.
Like when Max recently shitted on a phone I gave him. Whatever, bro.
We were talking with Home Depot.
You're gonna get that. I think that's just being an artist, though. You know what I mean? Being a creative, being a producer. Like, you just gotta have that like thick skin of knowing that like some people are not gonna get it, but all it really takes is that person who does get it. You know what I mean? Like if David hops on a beat and he gets it and it hits, you know, fuck everybody else. Who cares? It's more about the wins, and I think that's the thing about being an artist too. It's more about the wins and putting the shots up, because when something hits, then everybody will be like, oh my God, you know that dude Kale. Oh, like even like I always point back to Tommy, because Tommy gets the shit all the time, bro. Like this guy been working his ass off for years. His music is great. I'm a fan of his music, but I feel like a lot of times, like, you know, it's like a lot of people who just don't fuck with it or just don't get it, and like that just is what it is. You're always gonna have those people. You'll never please everybody. There's always gonna be people who don't fuck with it. Even Beyonce, you know, when you put out a country album, there's so many people who just don't fuck with it. And like, it's good music, like objectively, like regardless of anything else. Like every time I hear somebody be like, oh, I didn't like that Beyonce album, it was trash. Like all that's saying to me is like, yo, you are completely closed-minded to the fact that country music could be something different than what you think it should be, or the box that you put it in. And I think that's just a thing in general. Like if you're going to do stuff that is pushing boundaries and a little different and like maybe just not what people expect, like even the phone shit, it's not like no one else is doing that, bro. Like you're the only one who's ever done that shit. I just think it's like you're always going to get those people who just don't get it and they think it's stupid. But the thing I'll say about that is like anybody who's hating on you is usually just upset that you're not fucking, they didn't think about it. They didn't do it first, you know what I mean? Or it wasn't their idea more than it is that you're not doing something. And I appreciate that, Kale, bro. Like, I appreciate you coming back and sending music in all the time. Like, that's real. I fuck with it. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. I do this because I love what I do, and I've been in your shoes, and it's fucking frustrating and shitty, and people are shitty, and the audience is shitty, and like, I hate that. I hate that shit. So like, if we can just build something that's not that, then I would like to do that in my life. Cause yeah, like, who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck what other people think. You know, people probably hate on me for doing this shit all the time and making content all the time. You know what? Fuck those people. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what those people think. Christian RDJ, word of mouth. They felt that way when I was rapping too. Fuck those people. Look at them now. That's why that song that you just said really resonated with me. I can't wait to shit on you. But not really. But like in my head. The pettiness lives inside of me. I just don't let it out. Christian, this shit is hard, bro. I like this artist as well, man. Very little social content out. Christian _RDJ. None of these songs are on Spotify streaming yet. No. How did I do that? Come on. Sorry. We'll start from here again. Needless to say, look, man. It's like that sometimes. You're doing good work, though, bro. Just keep it up. Dude, don't even worry about it. If we don't get to it today, I'm back on Friday. You can also submit for free on my Instagram page in my comments, and I'll go listen to the songs myself. That updates on Thursday, so you guys have 2 more days to submit to that. Definitely a hard one, man. Christian has been making some hard-ass fucking music. I just need this shit to be on streaming so I can support it in some playlists. Look, just submit to all my free shit, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. I try to make it easy. 4 minutes. I don't know that I expected a 4-minute long song from you. I'm not mad at it, but it's a bit longer than I was expecting. Guys, I gotta stand up for a second. My back is hurting in this chair. Oh. You're sitting for too long. It hurts these days. This song could be shorter for sure. Swing my mic back here so I can stand up like this. I get to this bed just like a fat kid. They said now my cup is dirty, yeah. We get high, go pop that pill. I've been to the AM. Told you I'm in pain still. She goes on my. Let me sit back down. I just needed to get up for a second. Crosses on my chain. I'm still causing now. Yeah, 4 minutes for this genre feels really, really long. I stood here, yeah, 100%. I went to the chiropractor earlier today as well. My shit is sore. It was like elbow in my back. Beat on this is really nice. Bounce on this is really nice. It could be shorter. That's maybe the only thing I could say. I love the production though. I love like the pacing of it, tempo and everything feels really good. Yeah, I know. Look, not every Tuesday. I went last week. I went again. I've got to go for a while because I hurt my back. So I'm in recovery right now, and so I'm going every week for a while until I don't need to go every week anymore. If you guys are just submitting music, I'm gonna try and get through as many as I can, but we are technically over the end of stream already, so I'm probably gonna close the queue. If we don't get to you today, I'm coming back on Friday this week, so I'll be back on Friday. Just make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram as well, because I have some free submission things you can do there too. Like I said, we can't always get to everybody because it is only 2 hours. I just worked a whole day, so I am tired. I gotta go eat dinner as well. We are gonna make sure we get all the rest of the paid skips. That's probably it today. Today was a heavy paid skip day. It's not always like this. Some days it is. This is our first stream of the week. Friday will probably be a little bit lighter on the paid skips. It's just like that, honestly. Like, we'll have one stream every week where, like, it's hella paid skips, one where there's less. So just keep submitting. If we don't get to you today, just keep sending some stuff. We're not done yet, because I do have to get through the next 3 songs. But that was word of mouth, Christian RJ and Sleep. Like I said, I've enjoyed the Christian RJ stuff. It's just like, get your stuff on streaming, bro. Get it on DSPs, get it on socials, get a little bit more social content up there, and I think you'll find your audience, but it's finding the audience, you know what I mean? Go for broke, pretty. Let us know what you think in the chat. Go for broke music. I don't know that I expected this. This is cool though. This one comes out tonight. Ooh, this is very cool, man. Make sure you put this in my release calendar as well, Go for broke. Friday mornings, that's the first thing I check when I'm updating my new Music Who This playlist. So if you have it in there, I'll always make sure I see it. Art time, of course, bro. That's what we're here for. And I mean, look, there was a bunch of shit we didn't get to today, unfortunately. But like I said, we're back on Friday. Make sure you get in my other places as well to submit music. For Yi Tian. What's my work? I'm the director of music distribution at Genius and World Star. I manage artists. I run a bunch of stuff. But make sure you join the Discord. Also, you can follow us on Kayvan's House. I'm putting that in the YouTube chat for you right now as well. So just make sure you hit those links and you can come send me music on those places as well for free, okay? This one's called Pretty. Go for broke music on Instagram. I really like this a lot. I've been like really into dance and kind of like dance adjacent music recently. Same time on Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's when I get done with work. So we'll go from work straight into stream, okay? Usually we're Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 8. This week is just a little different because I got some things to do. So this is my usual schedule in the chat. This also reminds me of like early weekend as well, I think. Yeah, it's, look, it's, the only way is to just keep me up to date. You know what I mean? It's like, that's one of my things. Like, I just like to be kept up to date. If you guys keep me up to date, I'm always happy to support things. If I don't support something, it's probably because I missed it. And some people just don't use the release calendar, so then I have to go look. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'll miss things because of that. But I try to remember if there's like people from the community dropping and I really like the songs, so I can support. This one's really cool, man. I mean, what I would... Low-key, you should do a sped-up version as well, because I think if you sped this up to, like... Well, this feels like it's a, like... Maybe 110, 120. Maybe less, like 90. If you speed this up to, like, do a sped-up at, like, 140, this should go absolutely nuts. You should try it in Untitled and see what it sounds like. It's in the 90s right now. What a guess. Come on. Since when do I know tempos that well? I don't know. Try it. Yeah, do like a sped up. I feel like the sped up will go crazy, bro. You bump this up to like 130, 140. I bet it would go absolutely insane. You've done it already? I love that. I love that. You should tease it. Tease it sped up. And then when you drop it, you could always come back and drop it again with the sped up and a slowed down version and have two alternate versions, run it back and have another time for pitching. You know what I'm saying? Those extra versions always do really well on projects as well. So if you drop like a whole project and you do like a deluxe version of it, you could always do the sped up and the slowed down on the deluxe. And I feel like you never know. Like if the sped up goes crazy, then you've done the thing. You know what I mean? So like I always feel like it's a good idea to do the alternate versions because you never know which one is going to be the one that like really takes off. And sometimes it is just the sped up version. Like when Tommy did the $1 Million Baby VHS version, I like that one more. And it's just more saturated and distorted. Sorry to just keep bringing up Tommy, but he's just top of mind right now. K-Dame, drinking. This is chill. I like this already. I like the vibe of this. Nice colors on the video as well. Yeah, of course, man. I'm always trying to tell you guys, you can ask me questions about rollouts and shit, and here's all I think about. Like every day of the week is like all I think about is rollouts. I know this song. I remember you sent it in before we had this visual, right? You guys got me to sing you fucking Luther Vandross today. Damn. How long should a rollout last for a single? I mean, as long as it can. As long as you have until the next one comes up, I think. Pre-release, 3 to 4 weeks. Post-release, like, don't ever stop. I don't know. Rollout's just about bringing moments to a thing, right? So, like, I think it's better to plan album rollouts, project rollouts to single rollouts, even if you're doing singles to build into that project. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit easier to come up with concepts, but I mean, stretch it for as long as you can. Like, if you have another song dropping in 3 weeks, then it should be at least a week and a half to 2 weeks before you start to move into whatever pre-release push you're doing. But honestly, like, doing both at the same time is kind of the sweet spot, in my opinion. I like this song, man. I remember liking this song when you first sent it in. I like this visual though because it matches the whole vibe of the song. So I mean, this is all you need to do. Plus, this is perfect. That center third for clipping for vertical and putting on socials, reels, TikTok, like that kind of stuff. Like it's framed in the right way to be able to multi-purpose use this video asset for like different platforms. You know what I'm saying? Should you still do rollouts even if you release another single? I mean, I think so. Look, like, again, there was a report that came out recently that was like saying that most people are listening to KayvanMD on Instagram, by the way, for this one. Last song is going to be this last one from Jovan, and then we're going to go hit a raid, so come on the raid with us. But yeah, like, I think like catalog is moving more than new music, right? Across the board. So you should never stop pushing catalog because you never know when something's going to just like have that moment. I also would say if you've got money to spend, putting more money behind something that's already moving as opposed to putting money behind something that you're just starting is probably the better way to spend money too. Looking at what the audience is already gravitating towards, what's moving, and then putting a little bit more behind that, you'll probably get more out of it across the board than you will out of just spending, you know, willy-nilly on things that aren't moving and taking risks. This is cool already. This is really cool. I really already like this one a lot. J. Leslie Monique on Instagram. This mix feels really good. Bass is still a bit loud on this, though, I will say. You could probably bump that bass sub down like just a couple dBs. It would probably still hit, but the vocals would cut through just a bit more. Yeah, this is cool. May 2025, put this in the release calendar as well. As soon as it's scheduled, you can put it in the release calendar. I actually don't even need a link to the release. I just need a link to your Spotify profile. I'll go find it myself on release day. Cool. This vocal could probably use a little bit more work, I think. It feels a little too thin. That could also be because of the sub, though. Also really cool, also feels a little thin in the vocal mix on this one as well. I will say, that is maybe like a very reggaeton thing in general. I've been listening to reggaeton since I was like 13 years old, and I will say that's probably the thing I've noticed the most, especially in a more classic reggaeton sound. But that's one of the things that I would point to a little bit more is like just kind of thickening up the mix on some of these vocals on the Spanish stuff. Especially because this goes so hard. Their delivery style's so cool. They're from Cuba. Oh, sick. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the only things I would point to. But I mean, the big thing here for me is probably that sub feels a little overpowering. And that's probably what's happening. I feel like if you cut that down a little bit, everything else is going to punch through just a little bit more by nature. What's up, Aiden? How you doing, bro? I've been seeing you everywhere recently, man. I love to see it. Seen a lot of Aiden Park support happening across the curator space, and it's nice to see. No, you good. We're not doing Thursday this week. We're doing Friday actually instead, because I got to take the wife to Bright Eyes on Thursday. Again, J. Leslie Monique on Instagram. If you're rocking with this one, make sure you go follow. That is our last one for the night. Shout out to all you guys. You've been amazing today. We've had some really, really good music, really, really good conversation in the chat as well. If we didn't get to you today, don't worry. We're back on Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Again, make sure you join the Discord and make sure you follow us on Kayvan's House to keep up with when we are streaming. We're usually Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 8. This week is a little bit different. We also have the songs from the comments content, which you can submit for free on our page. Boom, look at this. And then one last reminder that we are doing a live Q&A in the Discord this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time with Sam Moreland, who is the director of digital marketing at APG. So if you have questions that you want to ask somebody who works in the label space, in the publishing space, with artists at like the highest levels as well, questions about digital marketing or about A&R, what they look for, even publishing questions, you can ask those by coming to that. It's free in the Discord on Thursday. All you have to do is be a member of the Discord. That is literally it. And we're going to be doing more of these this year as well. So if you go follow us on Kayvan's House, you'll always see we'll do a post like this when we're doing something like this. We also have some guest playlists that are going to be coming up as well with other platforms that we're fans of and that we fuck with. So go submit for that shit, especially if we didn't get to you tonight. Look, it's not the end of the world. I do this twice a week. I love your music. I love listening to it. You can submit in a bunch of ways for free. So just make sure you tap in on those things. We are going to hit a raid. So come on this raid with us. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, then you probably can't come on the raid with us, but that's okay. And yeah, that's it. A great stream. We had some really great music. It was good to see everybody who, you know, hadn't been in here for a while and popped back in as well. Look, we got Girls, Pearls, The Architect. I was just talking about this song, man. I was just talking about it. Big Duck, our brother, is live right now. So we're going to go hit a raid on his channel. He's one of my favorite music streamers on the platform, man. I love his community. So we're going to go in there. Why did I just type that into his fucking... God damn it. Whoops. I think I just typed it into his chat. We're gonna go hit this raid. I'll see you guys later on this week. Like I said, we're back on Friday. Have a great rest of your week. Be safe. I'll see you soon. Make sure you submit for those other things, all right? Peace. It's not the vibe, we too alive, we too in sync. Rinse and runny nose and washing bloody clothes and mama sink. Most nights I can't sleep, my mind. I see 12 of you. We got 22 in the chat. Come on this raid. Come on this raid. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. You guys will have fun if you come here, man. I think I put it in his chat, in his Twitch chat, when I clicked the raid stuff. Whoops. Come through on the raid. Come on the raid. 13. We can do better than that. Come on. If you never get what you want, you lose identity. Niggas think that you can be free inside of the machine. False fantasies that they sell you shit like the lottery. I try to be.